Welcome.
Welcome, everyone, to the Dannphan stream. We are going to be playing more Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree edition, best edition. And we're going to be playing through Spooky Section, which apparently requires sneak skill. Which is, it's a little bit interesting. At least they're kind of doing something more with the sneak skill and applying it to an area. So we'll get started on that. I imagine it might be a little bit slow gameplay, but oh, we can also go check out some of the new weapons and/or spells we got.
Yes, you should use that gravity stabby.
I can. I'll
It's
upgrade
cool.
it.
It's super cool. I think that is, yeah.
Let me see what else we got here. We got a couple of remembrances.
I think blocking while stabbing is just absolutely sublime. I don't know. It's just it's a very effective tactic. More effective if you can, like, more effective before the nerf to the Great Jewel Talisman. But still good.
Okay, so
Hey,
for
Yeshua
the
Yard.
weird horsey boss, we got the cleaver, which it looks like it has some sort of a bone design on it, and it does frost buildup. Okay.
Requires arcane that you don't have. but
Yeah, I
that's
can't
okay.
use it because I don't have 15 arcane, but that's, easily changeable, of course. And then the spell is Vortex. It's Whirl of Putrescent.
Putrescent.
I don't know why I have such trouble, reading it.
That's okay.
Like, if I close my eyes, I can probably say it better, but yeah, jets. That sounds, well, that's definitely a kill me spell.
A whirl of jets.
Yeah, let me see. This is the Pole Blade of the Bud. Scarlet Rot buildup. That's always good, right? I can poke in Scarlet Rot, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, no, it's a halberd.
Oh, it's
So
a
halberds-
halberd, so I can't
yeah.
stab. You're right, it's a slash pierce. And then there's Rotten Butterflies. Yeah. Butterflies to
Oh, and
summon
it's
around
fake?
and scatter rot. Does that
Well,
make
that's probably super, super, super strong. It's probably like a core spell you want as a
that
faith
says
caster.
scatter rot? What does that mean?
It's probably, you know how like the poison mist works, where it's like it does it around you, kind of. It's probably the same thing.
Two scat. Okay. I thought it was a different type of rot, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Summons it to a specific city called Scatter Rot.
No. But yeah, AoE's cool.
Hey,
But
Gabe.
that probably takes
Welcome.
forever to actually work, so it's just another kill me button. Yeah, let's go upgrade the Pokey Gravity.
Yeah, that thing's super cool. And when you want to go for a super stylish finisher,
Crack some stuff, but it's okay because I have plenty.
the America's Rune seems like you're not supposed to crack it. I know it's just a consumable, but it like has a picture of her on it and stuff. It's like, oh, is she gonna want this back?
Right, I gotta select it. What's this? Sword Lance. Come on, baby. We're going over the top.
Oh, it's regular smithing stones, so you never know.
Okay. Smithing Stone 6.
Mm-mm. You have plenty of smithing stones. It's the cost.
Okay. Honestly, I just thought that would be enough, but
I assumed so too. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
she's going a little overboard there, but
I am a bit shocked. Well, let's use one of these, I guess.
you could also go and like murder some stuff that's expensive. Oh, you could
Oh,
respawn a boss
never
and fight it again. I mean, that one guy was really cool. The knight with the lightning teleporting. I say fight that guy again. He was cool. I know I would certainly be respawning him a
He's
bunch.
kind of eh.
Maybe I should, now that the multiplayer thing is working, maybe I should see if I can join you without owning the DLC. That's how it used to work in Dark Souls 2. Who knows? Maybe it does with the mod.
Now, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Doing good, damn.
It looks really stylish as a sword. Like, it doesn't look like a fruity rapier. And you can block and poke. So I just think it kind of it really takes advantage of being able to block, because sometimes it's not so much about like actually dealing damage. It's just about keeping the stagger on, because you can kind of get a sense for like when you need to hit while they're comboing so that they don't get their stagger meter back. Back to this.
Yes.
Dot.
Back to this.
Yeah.
We're playing the spooky Elden Ring DLC.
Elden Ring solid. Oh, on Twitter, not Twitter, on Instagram, I saw like this like artist that I follow. She got married, and it was like, oh.
Aww, that is
Sweet.
nice.
It was a super nice picture of their wedding.
And just rock.
Like someone took a picture as they're kissing while there's like, all these people going crazy and like throwing stuff. It was super cute. She draws like
No, I'm rock.
sexy gun gals or whatever. So it's like conservative art or whatever. And then her husband now is also an artist who draws like a similar style or whatever.
Doing a little bit of red light, green light all over again. But it's
Is he
okay.
looking at you?
Yeah. Yeah, he noticed me move. He's like, is that rock moving? Nah, must have been the wind.
Yeah.
No, I'm rock. Nah, I'm rock.
You crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. Casting madness on a rock.
No, you crazy.
You silly, ethereal, H.P. Lovecraft horror.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one I haven't read. I have to catch up on my like H.P. Lovecraft stuff. To be honest, I'm not that much of like a horror fan, so I don't have that much drive to seek out H.P. Lovecraft stuff. But he's just so skilled. I've mentioned this before. Oh, I should do that's the next thing I wanted to do a video on. I have a bunch of stuff a bunch of videos I should like edit, but I want to do I want to do a video on the kind of what I got out of reading H.P. Lovecraft, because I had previously thought like, oh, well, writing has its limits or whatever, and only because of the insecurity of people to do live action stuff, you don't get to have as much internal monologue and like get into the thoughts of the character. And so I kind of was sort of bummed out about the medium of writing and how people don't want to really like open up a book and read. And that's still kind of the case. People still don't really want to like open up a book and read lots and lots of words. Ironically, people don't want to open up a book and read lots and lots of words, but they also don't want to buy a book that doesn't have shit tons of words. Like my collection of short stories, people were like, it's not that thick. And it's like, yeah, they're short stories.
Not big enough to be worth the price.
It's like, yeah, they're short stories. I made them short on purpose.
Yeah, right.
I painstakingly struggled to make them shorter and shorter. as it turns out, that was a mistake. I should have been like, yeah, it's a collection of short stories. Each one's 50 pages long. Go fuck yourself. But whatever. But so I was kind of bummed out about my medium, and then I read like some H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and I honestly, because everyone was like, oh, you have to read Call of Cthulhu, I didn't really like it that much. I can't remember if I read it. Oh no, I listened to it on audiobook and then I read it on paper to better understand it.
Audiobook wasn't good?
No, the audiobook was fine, but I zoned out like crazy. I was just like so bored. I genuinely don't like that story that much. But in reading that story, it would like revolutionized how I looked at writing. Because there's this sequence, like Cthulhu, you've probably seen the pictures where he's coming out of this like door or whatever, he's coming out of this big gate.
Yes.
That gate is the first thing that they see. Well, they're exploring the island and they're like, oh, it's so hard to find our way around because all the shapes are wrong, right? It's hard to judge, it's hard to keep track of where we're going because the architecture is so alien, we can't, like, it's not like being in a forest where there's some, like, sanity to it. It's not like being in a city. There's something, like, off about how this is, like, all organized. And that's very vague. But then they expand on that effect when they see the door, the gate that Cthulhu comes out of. They describe it, though, we don't know what shape it is. It's a shape that doesn't make sense. It's a non-Euclidean shape, meaning it does not have angles and corners, which is like not possible, right? Like that's not how shapes are constructed. And so if you're going to visually depict it, you could not do that. So if there was a comic book, if there was a movie, there would be no way of making this door function. I know the Corridor crew did do a video on non-Euclidean shapes or whatever. They were trying to make a Lovecraftian thing. And so I'm excited to look at that. I'm curious what they did, because they were like, how you make horror with shapes. And I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know how they're going to visually pull it off, because I think it's not really super doable. It's just like The Color Out of Space. If you saw the movie, it's purple.
Yeah.
But in the context of the story, they probably did the same thing. I haven't read that one either. I'm like slacking. I haven't read The King in Yellow. I haven't read Color Out of Space. Tremendous sins against like literary whatever. But yeah, so what they did, what H.P. Lovecraft did with of course, what they did with
do they really expect you to crawl all the way through this map? I mean, I guess that's one way of like increasing gameplay time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stealth sections notoriously are because because people used to, in a review of a game, it used to be like how many stars, and then it would be how many hours of gameplay. But anyway, they're building up this. They're building up this door, and he's like, "It doesn't make sense. What shape is it? We can't even tell if we're getting closer." They're starting to like panic. They're like, "Are we even getting closer to the door? Like it doesn't doesn't make sense." And the reason that they can have this door, and they build up the door way more than they describe. Like Cthulhu himself, they're just like building up the door and how fucking crazy the door is, and then you start to wonder without them really saying like what's on the other side of the door, and like you just get the sense like, oh, whatever's on the other side of the door is fucking trouble. It's probably none.
If even the door is causing them this much panic, imagine what's behind it.
They're like, man, I bet there's some non-Euclidean shit behind that door too. You better be careful. So this whole description of the door, it's essentially benefiting from the fact that you can't see it. They're able to describe something that cannot be rendered, and so they can build it up to be way scarier than the door would ever be if you saw it, unless it was actually non-Euclidean, right?
Of course.
But they have this tremendous resource of, like, they can stack panic upon panic upon panic and dilate time through describing something for extra long, to give you this sense of them traveling slowly towards the door. Now, video games, they have things you can do, like, you will never be attached to a character in a movie more than a character in a video game, because you've spent 200 hours with the character. In a movie, a clever line never gets old. In a game, it does.
Yeah.
Because
You repeat it quite a lot when you play the same section over and over.
People love to quote... They love to quote both, I suppose, but a cute line in a movie, like, people want a line they can remember to say after the movie. I think Mad Max was probably the best at that, because the lines in Mad Max were fucking, like, bonkers. I'll ride forever, all shiny and chrome, and,
Right.
witness!
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Shame they, like, ruined that franchise with whatever they did with the sequel. I mean, I
heard somebody say it was fine, but...
Yeah, that sounds like the review of a modern movie. I mean, it didn't fuck him in the ass till he was gay, so...
I mean, the real issue, even if without all the woke stuff, the real issue with making a side movie with that character is that she isn't interesting.
Yeah.
She was the least interesting part of the first Mad Max Fury Road, so I don't know why they would pick her other than the fact that she's a woman.
She's a wham. But no. Anyway, this concept from H.P. Lovecraft about, like, describing stuff and whatever. Like, there's all these advantages to different mediums that you can draw on, but there are advantages to writing that I didn't appreciate until I saw H.P. Lovecraft take the medium to its absolute limit. Or not to the limit. I mean, he took it so much further than I really...
Was there one already up on the ledge where I was? Or...
Maybe he teleported to you when he saw you?
I didn't know they could teleport.
Yeah, I didn't know they teleported until they killed you the first time. He teleported to you. Like the first time this stream.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So...
Oh, come on. Of course it has to be rats.
I played an RPG and maxed out my favorite character and he dies in the story. Let down. Mega Man X Command mission. Rest in peace. Yeah. But no, I took that concept of, like, from Lovecraft, and I applied it to other stuff to describe stuff in a way that it can't be rendered. Like the character on the cover of Slayer in the Wide Valley, if you look at her hair, I was very discerning with it. Like I explained it to the artist, Neutron Boar, and I was like, all right, so listen, her hair can't exist, right? Her hair, like, can't be rendered. There's no way that it'll actually, like, come out, because I have all these descriptions, like, it was all the colors of autumn. It was a honey sunset. It was, like, right, there are all these conflicting colors that are somewhat adjacent. It's lots of reds. I describe her hair always as red and blonde and brown and like just, you know,
Right.
that sort of European hair cocktail. And he loved it. He was like, "Oh, this is sweet. Like I can't wait to take a crack at this. I say no more. I can do this." And I think he did a really good job because
He did a very good job. Yeah.
yeah, like he really blended those colors so that it does look like hair that is like every color,
Mhm.
every one of those colors, and yeah, I like copy pasted like the descriptions of the hair in the different
How did
spots.
I get up that ledge last time? Was it over there? No. I don't even remember. What a shitty section. Everywhere looks the same. You have to stealth through it.
Hey, we got a chat on Rumble.
Hey, who is it?
It's it's a guy promoting his channel.
Sick.
Hey.
Follow back.
Yeah. Well, thanks for dropping by if you're still there. Right as. It's a cool name.
Check out my series, My Aunt's Fat Tits.
Yeah.
Will suck for free.
Yeah. I gotta do more comic reading. Speaking of comics, I guess. I gotta finish that one that you picked up at the anime con.
Ah, yes, that one.
And
I wanted to read that one after you, actually.
oh yeah, I'll try to hurry up. And then yeah, I wanna catch up with all my various manhwas.
Yes.
I feel like I keep on getting burned when I try to check out random mangas. But like manhwa is so formulaic that it like never.
It's just always the same, no matter what.
Yeah.
Can't be disappointed if you have no expectations.
No, it's usually like decent.
Oh, you can't use a horse in this section because it's really loud when you whistle. That's what the lore guy sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really annoying, though. I don't like this at all.
By the way, something wild. The guy who tried to shoot Trump, he had a Demolition Ranch shirt.
Yes.
That's a YouTube channel that like shoots guns.
I wonder if he had any kind of response afterwards. Like, yeah, that's my shirt. You might be wondering how that shirt got there. It's kind of a funny story.
Yeah, I just wouldn't.
I wouldn't say anything.
I wouldn't say anything. It is probably an interesting like. It probably is like an interesting case study to see that kid's like path of radicalization.
Yeah.
I don't think that Demolition Ranch is like super conservative though. Like they're.
Oh, really? I just kind of assume all the gun tubers are kind
Yeah.
of leaning right.
They're like slightly right of center, like Demolition Ranch. Anyway, he's like. Yeah, it's.
Yeah. take me like a million years to figure out where they want me to go.
I wonder how it is with that couple. I mean, they're getting married, or they got married, so can't be too bad. The two artists. I wonder how it is to be in a relationship with someone who does the exact same thing as you.
What do you mean?
Like, is there like a sense of like competition or something? Like, or do you?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Men are very like ego-driven. So like I had this one friend who like I've mentioned him before, but he was very like he had a very sort of fragile ego, and he had very poor self-esteem, so he would the way he would deal with this is he would put people down, and he would demean people a lot. And he also couldn't take he couldn't take it the other way. Right?
Ah, you fucking bastard rat.
Yeah, it's a wash. Okay.
Where?
He was down below, and the rat like alerted this guy to you.
Yeah, but it's not even fair. Like, how loud could killing a rat be? If anything, they would just go eep and then die.
The grass would make it quieter, because like soft textures absorb sound because they flex more when the shockwave of it hits, so it doesn't bounce back as much. So like, you know, it echoes more in a stone cave than it would in like a wooden building, and to really reduce echo in castles, in like the grand room of a castle, they would hang tapestries, just cloth to cover the walls, and that would reduce the same thing with like putting foam on the walls to reduce the reverb when you're like recording and stuff. But yeah, that guy, real nasty, real like ego, like intense ego problems, right?
Sure.
He changed his degree to copy what his girlfriend was getting. I think that's what happened.
Why?
He was always copying people. He was always doing what other people would do, and then he'd like copy them. Like, we offered to help him put his computer, like he wanted to know what my build was for my computer, so I told him the parts that I got. Then he bought the same parts, but like he bought some used parts to save money, and then he rubbed it in my face that he got the parts for cheaper, instead of like thanking me for my list. And then we offered to help him put the computer together, but he bragged that he didn't need any help, and then he put the fans backwards. And then they blew the air. They trapped the air inside, and then he had a heat shutdown.
Not a good idea.
And then he would copy our magic decks. but he would use like more expensive cards, and he would use 4 of everything that he thought was good, and then and he'd win quit like crazy. But so he copied someone's degree, like someone else was getting a degree in, I think it was like audio stuff.
I didn't even move.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
Did they just not expect you to play this area?
It's almost like it's an out of bounds area, right?
I genuinely don't understand.
This is part of like regular progression.
I guess it's optional, but like...
Are we supposed to know how the
anyone
stealth
do
system
this?
works?
What?
Are we supposed to know how the stealth system works? Because I ignored it the whole game. I didn't use it a single time.
Yeah, the stealth system, it's not like crazy or anything. It just doesn't work because they didn't finish the DLC. I can't stress this part enough. But let me just try walking forward and getting the stupid map. I can't believe they won't let you use your horse for this section. It's so fucking big.
Yeah. Lol, bet he got broken parts. Yeah, I guess he did. I mean, he had parts wear out sooner. What is this guy doing? They added a bunch of fist weapons with the DLC, which is kind of neat.
It is neat.
He had to replace his graphic card because it was like no good. He had all sorts of like problems where his computer couldn't keep up with ours, and then he would upgrade and then brag about upgrading his computer. Maddening hand.
Madness fists.
Why no horse armor? I don't know why everyone was so upset with horse armor. It was like $2.50, you know? It's like fine. It's just, this just look like whatever. I didn't get people's why they were just so disgruntled about it. The DLC houses were really cool. And I didn't want the horse armor, so I didn't get it. It didn't really feel like I was getting nickel and dimed. I mean, what it was like stuff that they never finished when they were working on the game. It was cut content that they like finished to give out as DLC. Not give out, but sell as DLC. So it's like, yeah. Because then they do microtransactions out of it. Like that's like the start of microtransactions, you're thinking, is like they would just keep on selling more items back to you. Or you're talking about like why no horse armor, like Elden. Oh yeah, guess you're talking specifically.
Yeah.
See, strategy games, they have a DLC pipeline that everybody likes and like everybody's willing to pay for, and everybody's happy. You know, it's all great. But then other games don't have that. Like, they don't have it all figured out. Like, Total War, obviously the Creative Assembly is like a total shit show, and they're money-grubbing, like, creatures dwelling at the bottom of the ocean. But before it got so bad, people were perfectly happy to pay for what felt like a good value. You were paying, like, I don't know, $20 or something for a new faction. Like a totally new faction with new mechanics, and you'd pay for extra little lords and stuff with like new units. It was like fine, and like you got like a tremendous amount of new content constantly coming into the game.
Yeah.
So is fine, right? When they increased the price by 150% from $10 to $25 for a small pack with like a lord, with like 2 lords and like 2 units. That would be about the point where they became cave-dwelling abominations that should be killed.
I mean, the DLC here, it's like the areas are big, and it seems like maybe that got the most attention is just like, ooh, new area assets and aesthetics. Like, that's fine, but it's not what I don't even know. I wish this had a little bit more polish. Where it is reusing stuff, I don't feel is very fun or clever. And I'm not given any reasoning, really, why I can't summon my horse in this area. Like, it's just up to your imagination. Oh, why don't you guess why you can't summon your horse? Oh, well. And maybe it's because they just didn't want me to.
But, yeah, anyway. That guy, he graduated, got no job. His parents paid for his apartment, and he continued to have no job. His girlfriend got a job in his field, and he did not. And however you slice it, right, he became like a giant cuck in college. So, you know, if his girlfriend got the job ahead of him, because she's a girl, those are the politics he was supporting all the way, even after they robbed him of a job, right? So it's like...
That's different, though. It's a little bit more about, like, the money aspect, because the guy wants to be making more. You know, like, it doesn't matter which job, but... You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I noticed a decline in his, like, temperament when he couldn't get a job and his girlfriend could, when they're doing exactly the same thing. I think his tendency to copy people would often lead to him being upset that he couldn't do as well at copying. Like, he would act like a shitter, people would treat him like a shitter, and, like, he paid for it. Like, he would... Yeah, like, he...
Yeah.
He got into, like, sword stuff, like these, like, LARPing thing. And then he brought swords to... to show us the sword stuff. And he sucked. He was real bad. The very first time I did it, I was much better than him. And he won maybe like 20% of the matches. He was way worse than Trisha was when, like, I got Boffer swords and we, like, sparred each other.
Really?
Yeah, like, tremendously worse. It's also weaker, believe it or not.
Weaker than me?
Yeah.
Ugh. That is hard to believe.
Like, I don't know. I was watching him. He did a match against, like, he would, like, you know, he would just talk all sorts of shit, but, like, I was like, oh, so how did I do? And then he was like, oh, you know, you got a long way to go. And I was like, and I started laughing. I was like, I beat the shit out of you. What are you talking about? You lost almost every single match. And he like couldn't take it. He like couldn't. I couldn't stop laughing at it. It was just like he was so mean like all the time, and it was just like, it's like, you're supposed to just say you did good. Oh, I'm impressed. You're so good at so early or whatever, and then whatever. I don't know. Like, you know, not that I can't take like being honest, but he was like so demeaning, and it was like, dude, like I fucking destroyed you. And like the more matches that went on, like we did like bouts of like, you know, this many goes. The last one I like 5-0'd him. Like he couldn't win, and then he wanted to stop because he couldn't win. And he's like, oh, we've been doing this for too long or whatever. Like I was improving far faster than he was, and I was like just stronger, faster. He was like, the guy was like maybe 100 pounds. I don't know. He was super. I don't know what he weighed, but he was really skinny. I remember a friend of mine was talking shit about this teacher that he hated who was like super fat. And I was joking about like how she like walked and stuff, and we were talking shit about this teacher. She was a mean old bitch, you know, just how it is. And then he was like, oh, she's probably like 120 pounds. And I was like, what? Wait, hold on. Rewind. Wait.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We said you can't fit through doors. What do you mean?
120.
I was like, what do you mean by 120 pounds?
You mean a normal weight for a woman?
It's like, dude, she's like in her 60s, and she has to go sideways to like, you know, get into doorways. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you... I was like, wait a second, what do you weigh? How do you think that that's a normal weight? How do you think that that's a ridiculous weight?
That's a big weight, yeah.
Yeah, he thought that was a morbidly obese person would be 120 pounds.
Yeah, that's...
And then he went 130, and I'm like, bro.
No, it's still no. 10 pounds,
try
not
like,
that much of a difference.
Try like swapping those first two, go 310 or something.
Yeah, right.
At least.
That is really weird. She
did not step. This woman waddled, and we were talking about how she waddled everywhere, and she'd be like saying something nasty while waddling. And it's just like, I don't know, I wouldn't want that smoke. Like I wouldn't be talking crazy shit if I had to waddle over to somebody. I'd at least stand still while I'm talking shit. I don't want to be waddling and being a nasty old bat. Hey, or a honeydew.
Alright, this is all just the same thing, I guess.
We were just talking...
Why do we wait your chance?
We were just talking...
What chance? There is no chance. I just die.
We were just talking about a friend of mine who thought that a morbidly obese woman who couldn't fit through doors and waddled when she walked was 120 pounds. And then when I was like, hold up, what do you think is morbidly obese? He was like 130. Which is... Yeah. Hey, Never. Welcome.
Heyo! We're playing stealth Elden Ring.
I'm like... I don't know what I am, like 200 something? I can fit through doors, so...
Yeah. I can confirm.
I've been...
Yeah, I'm like 120.
Yeah, you're tiny.
I'm tiny.
Yeah, no, no, but I think he thought he was gonna win in like a grapple with a friend of mine, and the friend he was grappling was like skinny, but he wasn't like that guy skinny. I don't know. It just wasn't gonna happen.
Hey, sketchy drawer.
Like I just remember my friend like shaking his head, like just bending his arms back, and then just like winning. And he was like, "Oh, this is why I need my dagger." And I was like, "Bro, you could have."
You need muscle.
I was like, "Bro, you need to go to the fucking gym." There's no way the dagger would have made any difference. If he had a dagger, he would have killed the shit out of you way quicker. What the fuck? He was so weak.
I gotta go over those bushes, I guess.
he was incredibly weak, incredibly, like, for the amount of practice he'd had several months, almost a year, and it was very easy for me to catch up and beat him and just close him out, just 5-0 him, like two bouts in a row, and then he wanted to quit. It was very easy, and he would be nasty and mean and talk shit to people, and you know. So anyway, that guy had real ego issues. His girlfriend having the same degree as him, probably because he copied her, and then having no success at it, did not do good things for him. They would eventually break up. I would say because of that. There was an event that was quite crazy where she adopted a dog because she wanted a hyperactive dog.
She wanted a hyperactive dog?
Yeah, she wanted a dog that'd be excited to see her when she got home and whatever.
Aww.
So the dog was too hyper, so he made her send it back. Made her get rid of the dog.
Tragic. Very tragic.
Not a good move. Hey, people. I don't know. I think you already said hi to Sketchy Dog, but I'll say hi too. Welcome.
You are a different person, so you can also say hi. Yes.
There was a teacher in elementary school I went to who had to go through the doors sideways and still barely fit. Yeah.
It's me or the dog scenario.
Yeah. No, that wuss gave the dog back and just resented him.
Well.
He's the Asian friend that I mentioned in the video, the most recent video. We'll watch it at the end of this. At the end of the stream, we'll watch it together. We'll do a watch along.
Sure.
And I'll tell a bonus story that I cut out of the video because it was too inappropriate. There's already so many inappropriate, not so many, but I just...
This leads to nowhere, huh? Why did they even put it here then?
I feel like my stories always take a turn. Like Blake Flowers.
I thought I was crouching, but apparently I wasn't.
Can't wait until tonight is done. After that, I'm off until Saturday evening. Woo! I wish I was like one of those streamers that had all those like sound effects, like bam, 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 like just push a button.
Yeah, you can certainly set up a sound effect board if you want to go buy one. I'm sure it's worth. God damn it! Does it turn me off crouching when I just land?
I think so.
But that's dumb. You can still crouch when you land.
You have to crouch when you land, actually.
Yeah.
Did you fall from like a high height?
No, you saw it just now.
Can you jump while you're crouching? Oh, Steak America, is that new?
I don't know where this is. I never saw America's Steak, so.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
That tree has to get cut down. It's about to fall over.
Oh, it's this that I can barely see.
So crouch. Hop. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So dropping off something must do that to you.
Yeah.
Because it's like similar. Now, do you think that you're more discoverable with the lantern on?
Yeah, you are.
Air horn intensifies, yes. Indeed.
I don't even know where I'm going. I'm gonna go through all these guys, and then there's gonna be just a dead end and nothing at the other side. And it's like, well, why did I do this then? Oh, gameplay! Look at this new game thing we put in there, though.
was gonna be doing engine work, but I guess they're slow to ship the stuff. Only part of the parts I ordered are on the way. I guess I'll wait until next week. So I guess it's clean up and organize at home, spend time with the dog, and play video games. Damn, how are you not, like, married? You're like, oh, I have time off. I guess I'll clean up my house. Neva, we gotta order you a Russian mail order bride. That's the plan. You and love to draw. Although there's someone on Minds who has like a Russian wife, so he knows like a little bit of Russian, and he goes through like Russian Tinder just to like screenshot the girls and then post them.
Oh my gosh.
And there's some real like fucking there's some real shitters in there.
Come on, turn around already. I got places to be. I'm crouching here.
Oh, I got sick on my days off and even had to call out a few days.
Aww.
Haven't had time to work on my comics. Ugh, that does suck.
Yeah, I hate being sick. Back when we were sick for like that whole week, that was actually awful. Just like sitting around doing nothing because you're just like so miserable and sicky ickies.
Oh, hey, David Myers. Oh. So toilet things. I did turn the thing to the right a couple times. My dad said he turned it to the right a couple times, and nothing. He thinks like the seal is just bad or something. So, I guess I've got to replace that part, right? Or like the seal or something. So I guess I have to ask the
I went all the way over here.
the sages of plumbing, which are you guys basically. We have such a we have such a like such a mix of like experts in the Discord. Well, actually, it's not really like a mix of experts. I guess mostly it's just people who draw stuff and people who do like man shit, like fixing stuff. This seems, yeah. This is like driving in the fog, just like full speed ahead.
Well, like I couldn't say him.
Yeah, but I think that's part of like you're supposed to sneak because you can't see him.
What?
You're supposed to sneak because you like. I was looking at that and I was like, oh. Well, I wasn't like oh, but you know. Is it constantly running or does it stop, run, later stop? No, it's just constantly running.
There's like nowhere to sneak in that area though.
Oh, dude, even Marshalt is a like fixing stuff guy. The float valve, I replaced that in my toilet. It was cheap and took like 10 minutes. Well, as long as I can manage to do it in less than $300, it'll be a success. My dad claimed it would be $100 worth of parts and $200 worth of labor. Yep, sounds like fill valve. Oh man, this is.
I gotta go talk to Phil.
This is the. But no, this is the best. I have like the smartest people in my chat. We'll do. We should. I was joking. We should do a Discord exclusive toilet repair stream.
For the only fans. Ah. Okay, well.
I thought you were gonna like replace like only with like toilet or something.
The only toilets. No, fans with PH. Because we're game fans.
Like something that rhymes with only but means toilet. You just said that's like, I'm gonna cut down a tree like a lumberjack.
This is because I can't see them. This is probably the best place to use it, because I can just see based on the meter if they see me or not. I'll just disguise myself as a literal dead rat.
Well, artists and craftsmen. Oh yeah, I guess it is like a fucking medieval guild in there. Oh, like a guild, like an actual guild. Yeah, that's. My tether's doing the same thing. It would just constantly run and have to shut off the water to it after each time I used it. Huh. I dropped an exact replacement in Discord, $17.89. Okay, and then plus $80 worth of tax, right? And then it'll be $100 worth of parts to repair the toilet.
I don't think these are the best light effects. Gotta be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just another rat.
No.
Yeah, I guess so. So stupid. So stupid.
The balls to just make a whole area of these guys is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, Yeshua and Yarden wrote it out with the PH. Only fans. Alright, so sweet. I'll go like... Oh, should I like just order the replacement?
There's
or
nothing over here.
if I go to a Home Depot
What
and
is the point of exploring this area? They don't reward you at all. There's nothing anywhere. There's nothing.
What if at the end they mail you a certificate that says I did it?
There's nothing here. I swear. I would have come across something, I'm sure of it, if I was supposed to find anything in this area. I have come across absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I wouldn't do this shit. This seems boring as hell.
It is boring. I'm dying.
That's why I'm glad I'm not playing.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just do the final area. I mean, we all know that this area is optional anyway. Who gives a shit?
Take a picture of the one you have in the toilet, and unless you have some crazy rare toilet, they'll have the exact same type. Okay, yeah, I put the picture in the Discord, and so I have that on my. Well, like if I look at the thing that David sent, and then I just go to the the Home Depot or whatever, and then go like, hey, give me this. I guess I'll have that. I have to go to Home Depot anyway to get paint. To paint a thing.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like a little cabinet thing. Hey, buddy.
We check out whatever Mesmer's flame was. Fire serpent.
Yeah.
Rain of fire. Mesmer's orb. Oh, I can't cast it. It's 60 faith? Check out fire serpent. That sounds cool.
Yeah. You dog.
Ready, guys? Fire serpent! Oh.
It's a Kohler GP 1083167 silent fill valve. It's not very silent at the moment.
Yeah, that sucks. It's not very good. But that's okay. Not everything has to be good. Oh.
He looked at you like so hurt. Like,
Oh, no, you're good. You're a good boy.
is Trisha making fun of me? No.
No. I would never make fun of you. You're too cute. You. Face me. Attack me with all your strength.
Yeah, it's like some real Garuda shit here. He's a birdie. Oh, birdie. You're so cute. What do you guys think of dog? Is dog good? Oh. I want to boop the snoot. Boop.
You look so silly with all your hair pushed all over the place. What a silly puppers.
Dog looks funny.
Wow, these are really tiny stairs.
Poo fat.
Yeah, normally the thing in Dark Souls is everything is like way bigger than you.
Yeah.
Those are really tiny.
You must be like 130 pounds.
Maxed out my build.
Oh, shut up, puppy. Thanks for the boop ASMR. Of course.
You love boop.
Gergie, can I boop your snoot? Boop. He does not care. He's so chill with anyone doing whatever. It's so funny. The breeder is also a groomer. Like, she makes money grooming too, and she like trained him. She trained all the dogs to be okay with getting groomed, and
Except for Toto, apparently.
Oh yeah, Toto's a mess. I don't know what's wrong with Toto.
She's the broken one.
Yeah, she's the broken one.
That's why she didn't want her.
So my brother was supposed to get this one dog, and then the breeder was like,
no, I don't want you to have that one. Take this.
Yeah, I want a dog to be a show dog, so I'm gonna give you a different one. And the one that they gave them,
yeah,
like,
I guess they were like, oh yeah, we don't care which one, you just pick one out. I'm sure they're all the same.
No, she picks the one that she gives to them, but.
Oh, she picks the one.
Yeah.
So she's just like always trying to like push you the crappy one.
I suppose so, but we got Gergie in here, a perfect doggy. Oh.
Yeah, she honestly seemed very regretful by how like pretty Gergie turned out being and how like naturally calm he was. She was like, "Are you sure you don't want to show him?
Yeah.
He's so good."
She was like crying and she's getting rid of Gergie. But Toto, she was like, alright, here's this piece of shit. Alright, get out of here. But yeah, Toto, like, Gergie looks around and he's always like very regal, and he is a dumb dog, right? Like, he's not actually smart, you know? He's just a dog, but he acts like this like wizened sage all the time. Toto acts like she's a stray dog that has discovered humans for the first time.
Yeah.
And she looks up like a dog in like a Disney cartoon with like how the eyes are.
Very sad.
Yeah. Always looks like that. And she hates being bathed, so she always stinks like crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like she's like willing to play. Gergie like doesn't really play. He's not a playful dog.
She's also very vocal. Whines a lot. I'm sure I'll find out later, like, oh, actually, if you go this specific route in that super foggy, crappy area, you'll find this item, which is consumable, and it sucks, actually. But you should go get it, 'cause it's cool. Have you picked up all the rocks yet? I'm waiting for the rock-only Dannphan run. Nice.
Hi, Gertie. People in chat like me booping your snoot.
You have a boo 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 snoot.
But he was so scared. He was so like timid when we first got him. He was so scared, and like I was trying to like comfort him. You know, I didn't want to like leave him because like you know, Trisha was over, and I was like, all right, time for me to go to sleep and stuff. And I was like, sorry, puppers, I've got to go. But I wanted him to be like comfortable because he was so scared in his crate or whatever, and I coaxed him out by giving him my beard to because the puppies were all like jumping up and biting the mom's the mommy dog's beard and like yanking on it.
Right.
Because they have the beard because they have extra long whiskers. So like the beard protects their sensitive whiskers, so they need to have the beard, otherwise it's very uncomfortable. And they start like self-mutilating. They start ripping their whiskers out because it's too uncomfortable to have them exposed all the time. So they have to have the beard. PSA to anyone who's like thinking of getting a different cut than like what their dog is supposed to have, like whatever the style is for the dog. Just be careful that you don't have something like that, because like causes Wheatons quite a bit of pain to not have the beard. But anyway, all the puppies wanted to jump up and tug on the beard, and I knew this timid little puppy would not be able to get to the beard. So I presented my beard, and then he wagged his tail for the first time, and he like grabbed onto my beard and tugged on it. And then he was satisfied. Like, he was like, all right, I did it. And I offered my beard again, and he was like, yeah, I already did it, though. It's fine. It's kind of like with the toys. He's like, yeah, I squeaked it once. This guy's cool.
He's got the same lion mask thing, right?
But, he was a timid little cutie, and then he curled up in my lap and just went to sleep, just straight away, which was so unusual for me because, like, you know, my previous dog was like much less relaxed. But anyway, because the breeder was also a groomer, she trained them to be groomed, and despite him being so timid and so scared, my brother picked him up and put him on the table, and then he immediately straightens up and like goes into this like regal king-like position to be groomed. And it was so funny because he's like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And that kind of, I mean, it just reminded me, like, the way you get a dog to calm down is like tell them to do stuff, because they want to be behaving. Yeah, they want to be good boys. They want to be doing what they're supposed to be doing in the pack. And if they don't know what they're supposed to be doing, they're gonna get anxious. So I trained him to jump on the couch. I trained him to like lay down and roll on his back to get scratches. And yeah, so I trained him to do all the stuff that he would probably want to do anyway. I trained him to be a relaxed
Oh my
doggo.
god. So fucking tanky. I don't even remember where he was. I'll go up these stairs.
Is my pets disturbing you? You shut your puppers. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? You can touch his paws and everything. And he's just like, whoop. He also purrs. Can't hear it, but he's like very softly purring, like, yeah, pets, more pets. Yeah.
I guess I went that way last time.
Had a good repair today. The problem was with her oven was hair. It's a good problem to have.
Fixable. That's what matters. I think I already went there.
Oh, so you've had yours since a puppy? Yeah, we got him from a breeder.
Ooh.
I'm probably always going to do that. I know people like to adopt from a pound or something because it's like cheaper or whatever.
Oh, really? Really? We're doing this, huh?
Because it's cheaper and like supposedly more noble, but like, I don't know. People that don't get their dogs fixed, that go make puppies that people can't take care of, it's not really my job to like clean up that mess, you know? And my experience with dogs from pounds, it's pretty hit or miss.
I guess there's no reason to be down here. So I think it just wraps around again.
It's very tough to like have a dog that has some kind of like psychological issue that you just can't fix. Where they're like anxious or scared of something, or they get angry and attack people. It's like a struggle. Whereas like Gurgi, I mean, despite like my parents untraining him and like training him to be a more anxious dog, I've mostly done a pretty good job of training him to be relaxed and cuddly.
Both good things, yes.
Like whenever I saw him nuzzle someone, I was like, "Oh, you're a good boy," and stuff.
And he loves to nuzzle.
Yeah. Like I was very like, a lot of how he acts is like how I trained him to act. And like originally he didn't care at all about food, but like, you know, people can live vicariously through their dog by giving him extra stuff when they want to have extra stuff. So, you know, despite me saying like we have to have him do some kind of trick or something, if he's acting cute and he's always cute, they'll just give him the treats. So he starts to get anxious when treats are involved. He doesn't really. He knows he's supposed to just like wag his tail and stare at you, and then you'll just give him stuff. And so it's like, you know, and then he's been trained to like beg and stuff. And so it's like, it's stuff to work on, but like he's so ill-equipped for like any amount of like controversy. If there's food being had, sometimes he's under the table and he's like panting because he's so anxious and his heart's like pounding because he's like, oh, I must be doing something wrong. But did you get it? Or?
No, I didn't. Yeah. It's a little bit hard, you know.
Yeah.
In the video game on that now.
Well, for the most part.
Oh, what the fuck?
For the most part, I think he's been trained pretty well. With the fireworks,
This is not okay.
first time he saw fireworks or heard fireworks, he was like scared for a second, and then I was like, I put 1,000% energy into being like, whoa, it's fireworks, woo, and like getting him to like run around the yard with me. So he is 100% convinced that fireworks are super exciting playtime and not scary.
Good.
Which is, yeah. But then it's funny because he like breaks your, because he has, you know, he's a dog, he's sensitive ears. When there's fireworks going on, he's like so earnestly like, please let me outside to play with the fireworks, and it's like, but
it hurt
your ears are so sensitive. I don't want to let you outside. And he's like, oh,
Oh.
oh.
I want to have fun too, Daddy. Sits over here.
Man, his backstabs are always so low.
Spirit. Oh, so that's the spell that they very annoyingly are using.
Do you need line of sight to cast yours?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. My bro adopted an old husky from a shelter and apparently has separation anxiety. The place was full, so it was free adoption week. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly get a fantastic dog for free a lot of the time. Like,
Yeah.
when we were looking for Gurgi, there was an old lady who had to give her dog back to the breeder because she couldn't take care of it. And the dog was like 3 years old or whatever. But we wanted a puppy because, We had a puppy.
No. What the fuck? That's not fair at all.
Yeah, I would agree. I guess that's like that guy's whole job is to kill you once. I'm shy, Greg. Am I disturbing you? Oh, the puppy. Boop. You're so sweet. Such a gentle puppers.
I have to fight that lightning guy again.
My brother's family is really bad about feeding their animals at the table. His dog is long past. Now their cat jumps in a chair and sits at the table whenever they're having chicken. Yeah. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, you're leaving? Oh. Caught the scent of the uncrustable Trisha spilled earlier.
Thanks for publicly saying that.
Oh, I don't know. Is it a secret? I'm sorry. I don't know. I partake in Uncrustables as well.
My girlfriend, you know, the slob, spilling all her peanut butter and jelly all over the floor.
Well, it's not. It's not like a normal. It's not like you had a normal. Trisha cooked it, so it's like bubbling hot. So like spilling it is not a crazy thing. I have spilled an Uncrustable as well, but like in the plate, I guess. It's I don't know. But yeah, they kind of like explode. It's sort of expected when you're living the high life. But Gergie jumped off the couch and then was like smelling the spot. I guess I don't know. I cleaned it up with just water, but maybe I should have used like soap. It's not sticky.
Of course it doesn't fucking hit him. Jeez.
So, how do you live in a house with dogs, and that spot on the floor isn't spotless right now? Well, I mean it's spotless, but the dog's sense of smell, I guess, is better than mine. He can like smell the spot. He wasn't super interested in it, so it's like a passing thing, but this guy's pretty cool. Oh. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I get the joke, but the house is like pretty clean despite
before I even get on the stairs.
Dogs.
Come on, man. After he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh god. You can't cast a spell after you're dead.
Ugh. And Gergie's a pretty clean dog, generally. He doesn't really do anything. Like, his favorite thing is just, like, sit someplace.
And get pet.
Yeah, he likes pets, yeah. But he doesn't really do that much to get dirty. So, like, We don't bathe him. We just take him to the groomer to get his hair cut, and that's enough. Mostly, he kind of smells now, but like usually he smells perfectly fine. Just because he goes outside just to go to the bathroom, and then like will trot around a little bit. Like he trots when he goes outside. Like you see if you ever see like a dog show, he does that by himself without anyone teaching him. He would win gold medals if we actually showed him. He would probably he'd probably win. But usually people don't actually make any like. It's like not worth it to show a dog. Like it's just if you want the fame of it and stuff, or if you want to like promote your like
prestige.
Yeah, if you want to promote your business of like breeding dogs that are like so nice and so well behaved, or training dogs, you want to promote your dog training business or something. But it doesn't really make sense for us to like bother Gurgi with that, and he'd probably need a little bit of extra training to just not do something bad.
It's like they should fucking walk back to a guy who just like decides that he wins. I don't know why they did this. Seems like they should have just did something else, you know?
So your brother's dog has a skin allergy that pops out on very hot days. Oof. Pets are a big responsibility. Seem to get dropped onto others sometimes. Uncrustables are good. I like to make myself peanut butter and banana sandwich. But PB&J is good too. My brother had a dog that was allergic to grass. They used to soak him in some antibacterial fungal concoction, or else he would itch like crazy. You know what's funny? The breeder that we went to is like 100% committed to dogs. She had only rocks in her backyard because she was like, I don't think that grass is a good idea. It could have ticks. Which is like crazy. And then when the dogs would shit, she had this shovel. She'd pick up all the rocks and put it into this like rock bath thing. I don't know what step she does after that, because it's still like shit, water, and rocks. I don't know like how that's getting solved by itself, but I wouldn't want to have to deal with that situation, to say the least. But he had seen snow before we got to see his first reaction to snow. He had not seen. If I see it, I'll like. There's a fly. This is what we're talking about. Like if I see the fly, I'll like.
I believe you.
Yeah. So he had seen snow on the ground. He hadn't seen snow falling, which was fun to see. But his reaction to snow on the ground was like totally like he was like, yeah, that's normal. It's just snow on the ground. But when he saw grass sprouting through the snow for the first time, like he saw grass for the first time, he was like pouncing on it. He was like so excited about grass. It was the opposite reaction when I got my first dog. He had never seen snow, and he was freaking out. He was like wild about it. Gurgi was like kind of snapping at the snow as it was falling, but the first time it rained on Beamer, my first dog, he was like attacking the sky. He was like, how dare you drop water on me? He was like so animated, like snapping at the air. But yeah, so your brother with the dog that's allergic to grass, he could just get rid of all the grass. That's something that I've actually seen someone do. They were nice looking stones she had in the backyard. It wasn't like this like apocalypse. They were all smooth like river stones. Like she had clearly bought stones someplace. But yeah.
What do I even do? What do I even do for this fucking thing?
Sprinting attack, then run away and run back and sprinting attack.
Oh, do you think if I were up in the air that attack would still hit me? Because
Yes.
it is kind of a tunneling up. Yeah.
Yeah, it would still hit you.
Okay.
I mean, it might not, but I would bet on it hitting. Yeah, but dogs love to roll around on grass too. I like the raised eyebrow reaction to the stones. Or is it on the ground regardless? No, there was no grass. She had covered the soil of her backyard entirely in smooth stones, smooth like river stones. And the dogs were fine on it. I would have thought that it would hurt their paws or something, but they seemed like they didn't
they
care.
would be rolling their doggy ankles.
Yeah, you know, it's a little difficult for me to walk on it. Not crazy, but
Inquisitor actions.
what is
That's
it?
interesting. It's the Inquisitor, which
Oh,
I
okay.
think is the thing that I just killed.
His backyard was too massive for that. The dog has since passed as well. In fact, none of my brothers
So
currently
there's
have
somewhere I can
dogs.
drop down. I don't know if I want to drop down over there, but that is an option. Oh, fucking blending in with the fucking environment.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so it's up there.
Did you kill the guy that you had that killed you before?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have
so
a
yeah, I
ranged
guess I
weapon?
just have to run. What?
Do you have any like ranged weapon?
I'm using one, but you know.
Don't you have like a sword that shoots something?
Yeah, I won't go
Oh,
that far though.
No, it's I was thinking Dark Souls 2.
Oh.
The one that has like the Sonic, the Iron Reaper Soul Stealer thing, like Sonic Cut or whatever it is.
Well, you know what? Why don't I just save myself the annoyance and go drop down where there's a place to drop down.
Sure.
Because this is livable, right? Yeah. Oh, it's garbage. Sick. What's this? It's just an object that I can't interact with. Sick. And that's all that's down here. Well, thank you, Elden Ring, for wasting my goddamn time. Like, seriously, what's the point of this? I'm going to find the game designers and give them a good smack. This is so much worse than the base game.
Oh, were you stuck down there?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you're stuck down there.
No, you're actually stuck.
I don't think so.
There's nothing else there.
Nah.
I showed you it very clearly that there was nothing else there.
Yeah, there was definitely some place to go.
Well, then go figure it out.
Take me there. I'll figure it out.
No, look it up.
No, I don't need to look it up. I can figure it out.
No, it's my game. Look it up.
No. What? What would I even... I don't even know what I would look... It's so much easier just
You
to
just look up the area.
No. I think Gabe already knows. He says, what to say now? Sure he knows.
Yeah, he's probably responding to me jumping off. Sick.
Hey, free comment. You two sound like my parents only while streaming. There's some the loading screen tip. I forgot. There's some spirit ash that costs health instead of FP.
The mimic.
Yeah. Is that the only one though?
Yeah. As far as I know.
It costs like half your health or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember we had those friends that like they were so shocked that you cursed. They were like calm down, it's okay. They were like so stunned that you used any like profanity.
I guess.
That was when that was like the D&D campaign where
Yeah.
They murdered Trisha's character. Or didn't murder him. I think he lived.
No. You had to bring me back to life with your storytelling powers. Because God knows they weren't gonna try.
I mean, it made sense though. You didn't die in a way that people wouldn't resurrect you, you know? Even in like the base Dungeons and Dragons worlds, like resurrection is like pretty affordable. So especially like you were fighting like the ancient dragon, right? Like the big scary one.
Mm-hmm.
So like of course they'd want to know anything you'd seen. So if you take me to the spot that you got stuck, I'll investigate. I'll figure it out. I'm a scientist.
Wait until I get the next grace first, please.
Okay.
This guy like rushed towards me last time, and now he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna suck on this pillar over here."
So how's it going, Free Comet? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, maybe if I go down the stairs, that'll activate him going forward or something.
Just looked it up. There's nothing there but 2 fireproof pickled livers.
What a waste. What an actual fucking troll. And maybe it wasn't a troll. Maybe they used a randomizer to put together these maps.
Going real Daggerfall.
Yeah, they're doing the Daggerfall style.
I wouldn't mind a mix of randomly generated stuff here or there.
I feel like that's what this DLC has been.
But like,
I could be wrong.
Whenever you like random
Could have
generate,
actually just been some idiot who thought the layouts were good ideas.
whenever you like randomly generate something, usually there's sliders and then you can adjust it to make it less crazy. Whatever sliders were on for Daggerfall were like completely unacceptable.
Of course.
If they want like certain types of dungeons to be that insane, it's like fine. But like one of those quests was like, oh, can you check the basement of my farm?
What the fuck? I can't run any faster than that. Ugh. Retardation.
I saw someone had like a flower box with reliefs like that all along the side of the flowers.
That's cute.
It was just like babies with wings, like cherubs or whatever.
I abandon here all my fears. Badass.
But
Where's my
tired?
grace, though?
Tired because I wrapped up the game jam? What game jam? Tell us about the game jam. You make games, you jam, or you just watch people jamming and making games?
Hell yeah. Come Come on and slam. And welcome to the Game Jam.
Game Jam I did with my church buddy. Oh, you make some Deus Volt shit?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I mentioned this before, but like the shooter that took a shot at Donald Trump, he had a Demolition Ranch shirt on. Kind of bonkers. I mean, Demolition Ranch is pretty like safe. He's not like super based or anything. So, you know.
They put those birds everywhere in this DLC.
Like he goes out of his way to be very like libertarian about stuff.
Yeah, believe what you want, just don't shove it in my face.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It's kind of it is kind of cool how the design on the wings like relates to what it's doing.
Yeah, it's just that they reused it so many times that like it feels cheap regardless.
I think just like birds suck. I mean, they make sense to be on a roof.
The flying enemies are not super good in Elden Ring, even in the base game. And then they were like, let's make birds for the DLC and use them in literally every single area.
To be fair, I guess like with spells and stuff, they wouldn't be so bad. Like that type of bird wouldn't be so bad. The bird with the blades on its legs, those are that bad with spells or melee. Yeah, even my mom watches Demolition Ranch. Yeah, he's like super safe. I could imagine like a leftist watching Demolition Ranch.
On, huh? Interesting.
It's what?
The people hanging
out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice what that was.
And then even these, I like people. Kind of creepy. Wow, god damn it, fucking Elden Ring. Nobody in the history of time has ever wanted the lock-on to also swing your camera around.
I am not a fan of like cliffs and stuff. I've noticed this DLC and Elden Ring in general has managed to make some areas that don't have gaping cliffs. Like there are some places that don't have gaping chasms, as opposed to like Dark Souls 3, 2, and 1, which are like only cliffs. Perpetually cliffs. To be fair, now you're in an area with a bunch of cliffs, but like there are this sneaky area. I mean, as much of a nightmare as that was, didn't have cliffs at least.
Had cliffs.
Oh no, I got behind on chat. I'm not too bad. So I made a tower defense game based on scarecrows. That's pretty cool.
Sick.
Some guy who did a thing in Texas was claimed to be a Tim Pool fan because he watched a video. Yeah, but like Tim Pool, I don't think anyone would do a good job of like understanding anyone's political beliefs by like what videos they watched. I watched like part of a Destiny video the other day, and I'm definitely not a Destiny fan. That guy's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, well, especially after what happened recently, he was a lunatic, yeah.
Ooh. Well, I don't know what Mighty Magiswords is.
Oh, the Disney whatever.
Well, they were in possession of cheese pizza.
Yes, I did hear about this.
Oh my god, he looks like a guy who would have some fucking cheese pizza in his pocket. Literal cheese pizza.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks like some pedophile art.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand for Disney at this point.
Look at this fucking guy. Of course he has some weird shit. Destiny is just big mad he's a cuck.
He's not gonna become less of a cuck by making fun of dead people.
Yeah, he pulled up some tweet that the guy who died, covering up his daughter at the shooting, he called him a retard, and it's like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? He was like, ha ha ha, is this the retard who died? And it's like... Like, there's really no excuse. But it's not just that. He's
Nothing,
like going crazy, right?
Yeah, nothing could make that better. He's done.
All he does is gotcha crap and is no real substance. My introduction to Destiny was talking to some people online who were part of like the Evolve community, and they were like, "Oh, did you see the debate that like Destiny did?" It's like, Destiny? Someone named themselves Destiny? Whatever. They're like, "Oh, you never heard of Destiny? Yeah, he did a debate with this guy over like whether or not incest was bad, and he like owned them." And it's like,
ew,
dude, what are you talking about? Like it was a debate where Destiny was arguing that incest was good, and the other guy was arguing incest was bad. And they're like, "Oh man, he totally like owned him on like incest." And it's like, bro, I don't know who this guy is. All I know is that you're proving that information is dangerous because somehow this guy has convinced you that incest is okay. He's like, "No, you gotta watch the debate." He's like, "No, I don't.
No, you gotta be converted too."
I don't need to see some indoctrination material that incest is okay, and I never want to hear anyone fucking complain about Alabama again. Because some liberal cuck is advocating for incest, and I don't think people in Alabama do that.
Confirmed.
Oh my god.
Okay. I guess you don't take damage on the elevator.
That string was in the way. It's no good.
Bad string.
Yeah. His main audience is lefties, though, so he'll probably ultimately still have a career. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of people even on the left who see like how far it's gotten. If anything, even more now that...
Yeah, there's less people on the far left. There's also a lot of people that don't like him because his opinions are too far right. But some of his opinions, anyway.
Oh, fuck. Of course he's fucking tanked.
I guess that was cool, but
It was not.
bird people moves are always stupid.
Not a bird person.
I mean, he grabbed you with his foot.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo.
This is like some Indian-inspired shit. So
Yes, correct.
boo. What? Whatever. Jack Black said something about not missing again.
Yeah.
Listen, Jack Black is a fat cunt. And that's all there is to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Yeah. Destiny was going crazy on Twitter. It's not worth like looking at, but he was just going crazy, like insulting people, talking about how like, oh well, if you make Trump your king, this is the only way to hold him accountable. And it's like
nobody is talking about making him king.
Can I also say that is not at all how kings work? I don't know
Yeah,
who.
like, oh yeah, you trying to vote in the next king?
I don't know like what fucking like retarded history lesson Destiny got about kings, but like you can in fact depose a king without killing him. That has happened most of the time.
Helm. That's gotta do something, right?
Because like a king can have like sons and brothers who are equally like acceptable for the role. Sometimes all it takes is like, hey, would you rather be king and maybe we'll kill you, or go move to the countryside and live a happy life and have no responsibilities and lots of money? And then he goes, oh, that's an option? You got it. Oh, that's the...
This is some Goblin Slayer looking helmet.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Yeah, that's part of the set that guy had that was streaming.
Yeah.
You should try on that set. It looks really cool. Like put on the chest piece, I mean.
Yeah, 1 second.
Hate those birds that shoot the fire. Yeah.
Let me see what the...
Oh, hey, Gil.
Bird... There it is.
Yeah, they got rid of Napoleon without killing him, too.
One set of armor pieces cast in the image of the brave bird empowers spells which summon rings of spectral light. Interesting.
So, like, the ring spells get stronger.
Yeah, I guess so.
The way you read it, I was, like, not sure at first if it was, like, it summons extra rings when you cast spells, which would be crazy.
Enhances the power of dancing attacks. Let me get on those. Skeleton. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, let me just
My
put
comment
this
on
my
Lauren
face.
Chen's video about Destiny was deleted. I said she shouldn't give him attention because she has no content of worth to record. Jesus.
Let's see. What was the set even called? Was it the Solitude? I think it was the Solitude.
No king or leader has ever been exiled in history, apparently. You don't even have to exile them. You could just convince them to secede.
It's actually higher weight than what I have on.
Does it have more armor? I'll just try it on for style.
Really?
It has more poise. Let's see what it looks like.
It's a cool cape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
What about the legs? Because sometimes the legs will be better in a set, or the arms will be better or something. Like the, how are they stat-wise? Oh, they are just straight better. Are they heavier, too?
Yeah, they are.
How much heavier? Oh, quite a bit heavier. You're at heavy load now, yeah.
Yeah, I am. And then the gauntlets are super duper heavy as well.
8 pounds? What are you wearing? Like, what's the weight of your 6 pounds? 6 pounds? You guys think you could handle having, like, 4 pounds a hand in the gauntlets? I guess that's not too heavy. You want to break all the Souls games, give players a vanity slot set? Yeah. True, I have a mashup of armor. Like in Dark Souls 3, was there ever anything better than the Winged Knight gauntlets? Like even the Havel set was like kind of worse in some areas and it was like much heavier. The Winged Knight gauntlets in Dark Souls 3 were like the always equipped item.
Go-to.
Yeah. For like all the other slots, it was like kind of different things, better at different spots, but it was just... This is a cool kind of encounter. He's engaging from so far back with all this like wind and stuff. Cool. I love the Tree Sentinel helm. It's got a mohawk. I actually hate the comb on the Tree Sentinel helm. Some fighting game shit right there.
I know, right?
That's the kind of move that can't do a ton of damage because it's like cool enough that you want him to do extra stuff after.
Oh my god, he just keeps going. Fucking goddamn it. What fucking blows. But
But yeah, but yeah, in case you're looking for a breath of fresh air, Destiny is in fact a retarded cuck, and his opinion shouldn't matter. The guy is pro-incest, so...
Pro-incest, and he literally let someone else fuck his wife until she left him.
Yeah, I mean, she claimed it was only women, but, nah.
Yeah. Not a happy or sane individual. And their insane ideology has only led to their downfall. So there's really nothing inspiring about that.
A retarded cuck on the internet? No way! I used to have ankle weights that were 6 pounds. I've worn them on my wrist before. I wouldn't recommend it. My shoulders were killing me. Now, like your shoulders on your wrist, your shoulders were killing you. Weird. Now, was that like the tendons and stuff? Like, were you straining stuff you shouldn't have been, or was it just like you're sore, like muscle-wise? Boo, lol. Though my next is the Banished Knight helm with the hood. The Banished Knight helm with the hood is sick. It's just that it kind of conflicts with some armor.
Stories. Yeah. That's right.
I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree, desired all along. The clashing with the favoured lords. Such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Nicola the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be.
Good luck.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, you can summon other people?
Challenge Needle Knight Letta and her allies. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like... this is gonna be like an army type fight. Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'll summon you. I'll summon you.
Sanguine Noble and Dannphan? I feel like that guy's a bad guy.
No.
6 pounds constant doesn't feel like 6 pounds on each arm. Okay. Now it's different. I'm just curious how your shoulders are getting sore. I mean, if it'll get me more fit, I would totally do it. I think I was doing the grippers a lot the last couple days, and I might I feel like I overdid it, So I'm like taking a break. I took a break yesterday. I took a break today. I think I do want to do some like curls or something, and like kind of get the rest of my arm going. Maybe I should just relax for a day. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too crazy. My fast was pretty pitiful today. I got 19 yesterday, but I only got 13 today. You want to get like over 16, right? Over 12 is like my minimum. Although, like,
oh my god.
A couple days.
What the fuck was that?
You know what? I'll give it up. That was a pretty cool like assault he did.
I can't block it, I guess.
Those are like magic, right?
Yeah, but it still blocks them.
That was I think that was a cool attack. The thing with that spell is always that it goes out too fast, and I always thought that spell should go slowly. So I think it's pretty cool that it actually like lagged behind and stuff.
None of my people showed up. Oh, they show up when the time is right? How about when I'm dying, idiots? Ugh. So stupid.
Maybe that's why you can't spell... Oh, maybe that's why you can smell the spilled food? I can't smell it. My dog was sniffing it. Because I
should have summoned the shield bros.
No, this will be extra Deus Volt. This is perfect.
I just figured since we're going for the army thing.
That was fucking cool.
I like that they all have voice lines when they're coming to fight me. That's cool.
Oh.
Oh, Mr. Fat Roll, huh?
Hornsynth has died? Holy shit.
That was the guy I was fighting.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
these are Letta's followers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is that Scarlet Rot?
Oh, you know what? I think that was the thing that you can craft when you like finish his quest.
Ooh, what is this he's got now? I wonder what that shield does. Oh, we got some kung fu shit going on, huh?
Yeah.
I'll catch you later, Gabe.
Now this is a fight. What?
Oh, he's gonna break your guard. So I need the block and poke.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you do a wave of gold?
Although,
Just clear them all out.
I've been doing waves of gold. Somebody hit me and then I was.
No, I'm not like criticizing you overall. I'm just like, at this particular moment looks like a good spot to drop one in.
How did he get more health?
Probably flask.
I guess so.
Oh.
I hate when they like move in a direction where I can't see the other guy who's also attacking me.
Oh, that's a big second chunk.
Yeah.
The
It's,
Kung Fu stuff has always been something that has been in mods. Now it's like in the actual game. It's kind of cool. Maybe I will get this DLC at some point. I don't know. We'll see.
Come on. Just hit him. Nicola's evil. Sorry. You were very, very cool when I was fighting the magic girl with you, but it's just not meant to be. Oh shit, I got her sword. Nice. I didn't hear what she said at the end. Damn. Yeah, definitely gotta check out that sword. Gabe's heading out. Oh, look, all the dead bodies. Woo, loot! Loot! Thank you, more. I'll take all of this. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a Falx?
I guess so.
Cool.
Let me check. Yeah,
A
check my latest
Falx
sword.
is a curved forward sword that got used by the
Light
Celts.
sword. The light greatsword, needle piercer. Shall we experiment? Oh, because they've decided that I can't do combat.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like a really cool sword.
And thanks for the consultation on the toilet repair stuff, guys.
The only thing that Dane had was like this fucking wrappings around his fists. I'll give him that. That is pretty cool. It's pretty badass. It's very anime. take that, Letta.
So yeah, I guess I'll just like go with the picture and be like, I guess I'll like go with the thing that David pointed out, or I'll go with that name and then like go buy that at like Home Depot when I'm getting the paint to paint the cabinet.
Yeah.
No problem. I sent direct part placements to Discord if you need to order. All right, sick. So I'll do that. It'll be a good skill to have to be able to fix at least basic stuff on like a toilet.
Yeah, this must be the last boss fight, I guess.
Or like basic plumbing stuff in general, I guess. Because like my goal is to buy properties and rent them, and so being able to do jobs like that. That's kind of cool.
This Ichabod build coming up.
You haven't tried out that gravity pokey poke thing yet?
I'll beat the final boss. I mean, the reason why is because like I've been trying to use it and it's been terrible. But you know.
Yeah, but you can like block and poke.
Yeah. I've been doing that, and just like all the enemies I've been doing that on, it's just been terrible against.
Ooh, cutscene.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival.
Radon?
Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now,
You're the champion of the
the
festival.
vow
I am, yeah, you know.
and my lord brother's soul will return. So
That is
he
Radon.
may be my consort.
Ew, that's kind of gay, bro.
No, the concert doesn't.
I know. It's just funnier that way.
It looks like Radon's armor. Unless that's like you.
That's Radon.
Oh, it's restored Radon. People were talking about that.
Yeah, because...
Oh, you're fucked. This guy, like, dropped a meteor when he was, like, half dead.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, this is a problem. He has no tiny horse.
He's just gotta ride Tiny Mikola.
Yeah!
It's terrible.
That was
This
so-
weapon is awful.
That was so dieseled up, dude.
This weapon is awful.
Dude, was that the coolest way you could die possible? Or what? I gotta get this guy
This
off my
reminds me of
monitor.
like when I dodged into the hippo's mouth.
Dude, this guy looks like someone who would have child
Oh
pornography.
my
This guy's
God.
so fucking weird. It's lit up on my monitors. Ooh.
Alright, what do we got here? This sword I know is good, but we've been doing pretty good on Sacred Relic Sword. So
I mean, I don't think that using the weapon art, the Randy weapon art, is necessarily an indication that the sword
do
is
you
bad.
want to give it a shot?
With the sword, sure. But I would probably replace the weapon art if I'm being honest.
Because it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, the weapon art isn't what I think is good about the sword. I think it's good that you can block and stab.
Yeah, okay.
Is that like a controversial take?
Well, like, because, you know, a lot of the attacks are underneath you or on top of you.
So?
So it doesn't really come into play with every enemy, you know? It only comes into play for certain enemies.
No. I mean, it's always good to block and stab anytime you can block. What do we got? Ashes of War, this thing. And then, like, I don't know, what is...
Gil says, Destiny's smug aura mocks me, Neaver says his smugness is smuggy. Very true.
Yeah, okay. Would it be, like, totally fucked if I Scarlet Rotted this guy? Kinda, right?
I don't think...
How bad does this make my damage? It's like 10 minus, like 50 minus. It's like 60 less damage. In exchange for blood loss. You know, I don't even know if I like...
There's the Ghost Flame Column.
Oh. That's cool. I'll do it. Frost
Can
buildup?
you see okay?
Yeah, I can see fine. I have to pee super bad, but...
Oh, do you want to go pee first?
No, I'll get a urinary tract infection for this game. It's worth it.
Of course, okay.
This is better. But is it
Can you roll?
more stylish? Yeah, I can. It's just flat better. There's no reason to use this. It sucks. Stupid. Bam. Okay.
And the reason why I switched to the other one is because I couldn't roll. So, must be the weight of the sword thing.
Okay, so... Okay. Let's do it. Come at me! Uh-oh. It worked, though, right?
No, it didn't. You took all the damage.
No, he got hit.
No, I guess he did. I guess he got hit. I'm guessing that, like every other boss in Elden Ring, he's, everything is just, like, vulnerable to frost and bleed.
Too greedy. This is so good. This is so fucking good, guys. Right? Like, this pokey sword with the shield. Did you see how clean that was?
Well...
Like, because I used a random, like, weapon art at the beginning, you're like, oh, it's bad. It's stupid.
Nah, I mean, like, it had nothing to do with the weapon art. It was just, like, he was doing attacks that hit the underneath.
Oh, the one eye. What does that mean? Chaos?
Let's find out.
Chaos?
Ooh,
Madness?
portal opening.
Lord brother.
And Nicola's coming in.
Oh, fuck.
You're gonna fight them both.
Oh, fuck.
He wasn't even down that low.
Oh, is he actually gonna be, like, the blonde lady from the trailer? Oh, no.
Well, it's inspired by, like, Griffith, right? So, he has, like...
He's gotta be, like, a,
It's like a pretty boy type, basically. But I think this is supposed to be adult Nicola version. So it's not gonna be, like, a Shoda or anything. Right? Oh, that's weird. What's with the extra arms?
So he is,
You so gotta die.
big gay.
So this is supposed to be the quote-unquote God version of Nicola. Sorry, I forgot to turn the volume down. So this is the God version of Nicola.
Oh, that's magic damage now.
Ooh, that doesn't look good. And similarly to Griffith, you know, sacrificed humanity to get more power, but then, you know, because he was selfish.
Okay, gotta get rid of this
He
useless
wanted
ass.
to be a king. Or in this case, he wanted to be Elden Lord. Literally Griffith's motivation.
Oh, you did you ever try this out?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Some serpent. Fucking lame.
Some...
Body.
Now that we got that out of our way. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what spell I have equipped. I'm not using spells. Come at me! Oh.
Strike me with all your strength.
Yeah. Better to just like get fucking nailed once than have your guard broken and then destroyed.
Yeah. Luckily, we're recovering stamina much faster with the double turtle head. So.
Oh, I was so lucky. I was way overcommit with stamina.
Mm.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. This cutscene's probably last long enough.
So, Chad, what would you rate Elden Ring DLC so far? You know, for me, I'm kind of like middling on it. I've enjoyed some of the boss fights, and then some of the other boss fights I think, you know, don't even need to exist. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, it's pretty hit or miss for the new areas for me. I like the idea behind the characters. They actually have like a lot of voice lines, and like when you get invaded, the invader's like talking to you and shit. Like that's all great. Valetta's cool, right? I'm sure she's probably inspired by like whoever from Berserk as well. It insists upon itself. Yeah. Well, it's not a perfect DLC by any means. Oh, he's in cool guy mode? I can't do anything? Ridiculous.
Cutscene still go? Oh.
The cutscene wasn't that long, as it turns out. And, you know, the block poke, it was doing a lot of thunk, thunk, thunk with no damage, so I don't know what that's supposed to mean. He stole that line. He stole that move from Boku no Hero Academia.
Hey, Mianju.
7 or 8 out of 10 for me. I was asking what they think of the Elden Ring DLC so far. It's kind of middling, honestly. Like, because when you get the DLC, you're like kind of comparing it to the rest of the game, and you're kind of expecting it to be of equivalent quality. Even if it's not as big as the rest of the game, it should be the same quality.
I think that the areas kind of don't seem that great. They don't seem like super pretty. They don't seem super like. I mean, this area is cool. Like the final area is like fine. I don't know. It's not like super. The areas aren't super duper pretty. I don't see you enjoying playing through them. I probably wouldn't either. But there's some really cool weapons, and there's a lot of like additions to the game, like equipment wise, that seem really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And not just like +1s or whatever. I think the talisman that I just equipped is super neat. In fact, I think you can see it like in your aura.
Yeah, I can.
It
What talisman?
It was the pearl shield thing. It increases your elemental resistances while blocking. It's even easier to miss the side quest in the DLC. Yeah. Yeah, you need like a coach, a tutor to get you through. You gonna beat it?
No, I figured maybe I should get you back to phase 2.
Oh, sure. Well, likely story. Isn't that so nice how aggressive you can be? Oh boy, he went for it. Didn't get punished for it though. Never had to not block.
Well, if I'm...
Yeah, I'm trying to get stamina, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes thunk and I don't see any damage. What's up with that? What does that mean when it does that?
I'm surprised it didn't trigger phase 2. He triggers phase 2 like so quick.
I think it's slightly random when phase 2 is triggered, because you got him down lower the second time before phase 2 is triggered. I don't think this talisman is doing anything, but if
The bosses
you
are all
insist.
men in armor except for one hippo. I don't know. I think
No.
men in armor is
They're-
also fucking cool, you know? And you can have a lot of
I
variety
wouldn't really
with armor.
consider the dancing dragon men in armor, but...
That is that guy too. Yeah. But
And then there was the twin moon.
even if it was... Well, the Twin Moon guy is a guy in armor, right?
No, it's a girl.
Wow. Yeah, I think, like, you could have 100% of, like, enemies in a game in armor and, like, put enough variety in there to make it interesting.
What was that? What flame?
I guess so.
This sword sucks.
Okay.
All I hear is thunk, 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 and I'm like, I barely even see the damage going down.
Are there other, like, stabby swords you have? Because I know you have, like, a really big stabby sword. Could you try that one?
What are you referring to?
The really big stabby sword. One to the left, maybe? No, it's not that. It was, like, a newer sword. Go up. I think it was, like, towards the top of the list. Up, up, up. Oh, wait. Right there, down. And to the right and down. Yeah, that's a pierce sword. Put that on. Let's check that out for a second. Oh, okay. Never mind. Can I see?
Oh. Some of this guy.
Could I take a look? I just want to look at your shorts, because you got a bunch of cool swords in this DLC, and I haven't really gotten a chance to look at them. What is it? Lizard Greats? That's not a sword. Lies. Milady? Oh, is Milady a poke?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess
That's so gay. Milady. Oh. Okay. It does look stylish, but you just need it, not a guy in like.
Hey, Velvet Sword of Saint Trina. Ah, I can't.
Sleepy sword.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Causes
Don't have
eternal
enough
sleep
intelligence.
build up, not just sleep. Eternal sleep.
That's interesting.
What if they just? Yeah. What if it's permanent sleep effect and like you could just?
Well, like, the
Never
whole
finish.
eternal sleep thing will, like, cause damage or death or whatever. So maybe, like, on normal enemies, if the sleep buildup is up the meter, then they just fucking die.
This seems like a nice weapon too.
There's the, dragon slaying sword, but you can't poke with that one. I mean, there is also, like, old reliable pokey poke.
That's true, but there's so many fun new things. Feels. Oh, what is this? Hold on. Is this? Oh, you can't wield it. Okay. There's probably some big explosion when you do that. That's cool.
You can use the electric axe.
This seems like it would break so fucking easily.
Yeah, it does. It's very thin.
You need a lot of magic to make this not suck. And you can wield it. What's Oh my
That's
god.
something, huh?
That's...
You can just hold down on that? That's crazy.
No, it ends.
Okay.
But...
I thought you were just holding down. That's a lot, though.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
Is there like a...
That would be so fucking crazy in PvP.
Now, is that like just one little tap? Is that... Okay, yeah, there are shorter versions of it. Okay. If that does a lot of damage, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it's just like for staggering.
Like per shot, if it was.
You can use the fist weapons.
What is this? Right? Like... Oh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you want to be
yeah, if you wanted to be a mage.
An elementalist.
Yeah, you know, selling me on this DLC.
Well, these are items I can just drop them and give it to you. And you can just use them.
Oh, yeah, I wonder. I mean, probably with, like, cheat engine, I could probably, like...
Yeah, true. Yeah. I wonder if more
I would like to, at some point, like, play through some part of the game with you.
Yeah.
But... Okay, well, anyway. Holy shit, is that damage correct? What does it say? 1,311? The fuck? Okay, so it like lowered after I equipped it, but that's a shit ton of damage though. Is that accurate? That 1,003? That's not normal. No, it's just not. What does that mean by attack power?
What are you talking about?
The top right of the screen, where it says R armament 1, 1,214. That's a lot of damage.
Oh.
But it doesn't match up to like your actual damage. And then Spear is even more. But the sword is new and cool, so we should use the new sword. But what's your like?
Sword's terrible.
What's your stat distribution? Like dexterity. So if we don't worry about the frost, it's kind of fun to build up the frost buildup. But I'm not like that addicted to repeating thrusts. It's already equipped to something. I don't want to like mess up your. Endure? Is that equipped to something?
It's not equipped to anything.
And this one? Oh, it's not. Okay.
No. That one is.
Piercing Fang. Oh, I see. It's in the top left.
Yeah.
Oh, Determination. That's actually good. Night Resolve would be really good. We don't have that. Okay. But we can do this. So, Quality is extra scaling on Dex. Keen is the same thing.
The Dragon King's Cragblade is said to be the best.
Oh, that's true. That does poke. Okay, let's see quality on this. Turns my damage to 1,318. And then Keen is like slightly less. Quality. And that's like 100 damage more in that like theoretical damage thingy. It's probably worth it to do frost buildup, to be honest though, because once he's frostbitten, it increases your damage by 15%. So like 15% is more than.
Yeah, frost is very good.
Yeah, it's way more than 100. So I'll put the frost back on, but not because I'm addicted to the frost, just because it's like. Good and whatever. Yeah, just do cold. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. And then that is, in fact, yeah.
Weaver says, I've always been a frost man.
I forgot the buff, but it's okay. Oh, interesting. You can like, sidestep that. Oh, that was so close.
Oh, that's not good.
Because the damage goes through the block, so I was just thinking I'd try
Yeah,
and
no,
give it a
that's-
dodge.
It is the better option.
Okay. The block and poke is so good. I don't know, like... I mean, if there's probably a sword that is better at, like, blocking and poking, but, like, you can just be so aggressive with it.
You can skip the cutscene if you want.
Oh, that's true. I can not see the fucking traps if I don't want to.
Oh, yeah. That's not cool.
Oh, actually get you a pretty decent flask. Uh-oh.
Man, there's a lot of like light going around this boss field. Even I'm not really quite sure what he's doing. Oh, what the fuck? What even is that?
He like slashed a bunch of times.
Yeah, it just looked like a glitch.
Oh!
Bear
God.
hug. No! No, you're getting raped. What is that? Oh, that can't be good.
Meteor, right?
There it is.
Yeah, I found him.
It's gotta be some sort of debuff he puts on you.
It's just permanently on me after I die.
That would be insane.
Like big bonk weapon, maned hammers and hunting horns in Monster Underworld. The hunting horn is kind of fun.
Oh, come on.
I remember I tried the hunting horn with like in like co-op, and I was like, oh, I want to try one. I'm gonna try. I was like, I'll try one attempt while I just use the buffs on the hunting horn and not like try to fight, and just see how that goes. And then I did that, and then this guy was like, shouldn't you be doing?
You want to do phase 2 again?
Yeah, you can. It's your game. You can.
I just didn't know if you wanted any revenge.
Yeah. This boss seems super doable. But yeah, then this guy was like, oh, shouldn't you be doing, like, DPS, though? Because, like, I guess he didn't hear me say that I was, like, just doing an attempt or something. And then this girl that we were playing with was like, yes! Like, she was, like, super angry. It was like, it's okay. It's actually just a game. And you're allowed to have fun when you play them. God. I met the worst people
That's what you said.
playing Monster Hunter World.
Really?
Oh, yeah. For sure, like, the actual worst... I ran into, like, the...
Oh man, I thought I did it correctly, but I guess I didn't. Ooh.
I mean, I kind of enjoyed the game, but the absolute worst human behavior I ran into in like Monster Hunter World. It was quite shocking. It was just like, I don't know, I was like in a Discord with people and I was like, oh, you want to do a mission together or whatever? And they're like, nah, I get more drops alone. And I was like, yeah, but don't you want to like have fun?
I can't even tell if I've gotten up already because of the stupid fucking wall. Yeah. Well, people sometimes just genuinely get addicted to shit like that, and then they can't really have fun playing the game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, now you do it?
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't, but then
Then he changed his
he
mind.
saw you ring-a-ding-dinging and he was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Oh, why? Why? I didn't even click anything, and it just does it.
Maybe it's the buttons on the underside? Because I'm always...
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. I pressed those a million times, they never do anything.
Okay. The gun lance was really cool in Monster Hunter World, by the way. People forget it should be fun, yeah. Yeah, it was so weird. Like, they're addicted to the pain and the feeling of overcoming it. I actually think in Monster Hunter World, they're addicted to getting the stuff. Like, there's drops and things. Like, there's, like, items you're trying to collect. And it's weird because I was like, why do you care about the items? You can just download that mod and just have all the items added to your inventory if you really need them so bad.
Okay, so at least he's not kissing me when he does that.
Oh, stamina.
I can't really see with all the explosions, as you can imagine.
But they were like, oh, if you download that, you're definitely gonna get banned. And it was like, well, you can play the game offline, so like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a problem. It's like, if you don't want to play, and it's like, oh, but you couldn't play with anyone else. It's like, yeah, but you don't play with anyone else. Like, you just get items.
I gotta be honest, pretty tired. I think maybe I should do this later.
Sure. Yeah, that'll be a fun start for the next stream.
Finish it up next stream.
Mm-hmm.
And that would probably be a better method when I'm like got my energy back.
We're creeping up on 1 a.m. Do we want to do we want to watch the video or no? Do that next time.
We can do that now if you want.
What do you think, chat? You want to do a watch along on my my latest video? I know we were supposed to watch it when it came out, but it's whatever.
It happens.
I've got a bonus related story I can tell.
It's one of those things where like the video uploaded at the wrong time.
Yeah. That's the one, the top video.
No, it's a-
That's fine.
There you go. It is called Judge People in this story by Adam Meisner, author. Alright. You guys ready to watch? It'll be extra spooky with Elden Ring music in the background.
Oh, do you want to... Yeah, do you want to close Elden Ring?
I can.
Yeah, that probably... be slightly less bizarre.
Alright.
Alright. I want to tell you a story today about two people I met who I think were judged unfairly, in opposite
Is it
directions.
too loud? Like, will it
Though
echo?
the first character is not particularly
I don't know,
complex, it almost wouldn't be an interesting character. if
Everything
not for how
echoes.
people treated him. Now forget about how I know this guy, it doesn't matter. But the guy had severe scoliosis and was super hunched over like Quasimodo, like almost 90 degrees, like folded. And his parents were very into like the crystals and that sort of thing, holistic healing and whatever. They had a subscription to like a water pyramid scheme. I still
A
remember.
water
it was
pyramid
Rodok.
scheme?
Yeah. No, it was, yeah, no, they had, yeah, I mean, that's basically, they had a subscription to a water pyramid scheme, and they had, like, shit tons of water piled up everywhere. I don't know.
Bottled water?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, it's supposed to be, and it's actually pretty common. When we were walking around with John, he was showing us around, he was like, oh, this store right here, all they do is sell pyramid scheme water.
That's interesting.
So it's like, yeah, they'll like sell it to you, and it's like extremely expensive, or you can like become part of the cult and start selling it to other people, and then you get lots of the water, and they're like, you know, changed my life or whatever.
There you are.
Yeah, so they had a lot of this stuff lying around, and it was supposed to do good stuff for your health or something, but
Of course, didn't really do much.
didn't fix that guy's back.
It's got all the vitamins and electrolytes, and it's smart water.
No.
It makes you smart.
No, they didn't make any claims like that. They said it's Rodox actualizing particles.
What does that mean?
Now, they don't. It doesn't exist, so they're not making a health claim because there's no such thing as a Rodox. Like, there aren't Rodox particles, so it's like
So
not.
they don't do anything.
Yeah, but it's not a health claim. They're not saying it has vitamins. They're not saying it'll help anything. They're just saying
They just want to make it sound more
Yeah.
interesting.
like the description of like what it's supposed to do for you is literally like magic stuff.
Okay.
It's like fake science. Like there is no such thing as a Rodox. If you try to look it up, you'll only find like I say.
It's like some jelly juice shit.
Yeah, like we just play it. I'll explain it
Sure.
in the thing.
Actualizing particles. Rodox is in like the guys in Bannerlord. I don't think it was spelled exactly the same. Or not Bannerlord. Mountain Blade 1. The guys that specialize in crossbows.
Yeah.
I don't know why they picked that word, but when you search for the water, it competes with Mountain Blade 1 in the search results.
Yeah, there's no like
SEO tag.
actual
Now, because
term
he was born with
Rodox.
severe scoliosis,
It's just those
his
two
parents never got him
search
surgery.
results.
He was very bitter over that fact. And the reason he never got surgery is either because he couldn't get the surgery or because they didn't believe in the surgery because they believe in this healing crystals and holistic and whatever. If that's why he didn't get the surgery, it's tragic, granted, but here's the thing about this guy. He was a total piece of shit. So this guy, the first time I met him, he was drunk and yelling at a party, bragging about how he cheated on his girlfriend. Who would date this guy? I don't know. Because in addition to having
Yeah, he was like telling the story to the whole
folded
room.
ass back,
It's so fucked up.
and literally having a Quasimodo hump,
It's
he
literally
was really
like
fucking.
that's literally like two-dimensional villain thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how he could
Yeah.
like reason in his head that it was good.
No, he was like a total piece of shit, but because he looked like an evil villain, people are like kind of trained from Disney or whatever to be like, oh, he's not that bad. He's like inside. He's and the most tragic
Literal
thing.
demon spawn.
Yeah, like the most tragic thing, like he was just a hideous, evil creature. And the most tragic thing was he was telling quotes from his girlfriend and like like reading out stuff that she like texted him when she was like, I don't know, it was so weird. Like I forgot to mention, but she was like, oh, I know you have like a good heart inside or something, and like he used lots of, he had all this rationale for like cheating on her or whatever, but it was essentially because he was like gross. He was like, oh, if I could cheat with someone, then I could.
Then it makes me more attractive.
It was like for his ego, like show that he was like better than her. It's like, oh, she thinks she's like better than me because she's like, oh, like what kind of.
I can do better than you.
Yeah, I mean, he would mock her. Like I never met her. I don't know what she looked like, but he was like talking about her as like, oh, like she must think she's like better than me. Like he would just say like stereotypical crazy person shit. Like while drunk, he would just like shout that out to the room. It's like, oh, it's like what a loser would date me and stuff like that. Like it was so unhinged. I feel like I do a terrible job of explaining how fucking crazy this was, and I was like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? And then like they're like, oh, it's just like, it's her brother. It's like
yeah,
but he's like a actual piece of garbage. And they're like, oh, he's not that bad. And you get to know him. It's like, I already know all I need to know. It's like,
yeah, there's nothing that would make this okay.
Yeah.
There's no like balancing act of I'm gonna brag about cheating on my girlfriend.
Yeah. And then like he was like talking shit about the person that he cheated with. He was like, what an idiot, like felt bad for me, like I don't know.
Ugh.
Just like
Disgusting.
calling her ugly, and it's like, bro.
Yeah, right.
You're so ugly, it should be a crime to reproduce. Like, holy shit.
Send him to the stables.
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow starts every day with alkali water she adds a squeeze of lemon to.
Yeah,
now,
I heard
like,
about that.
Alkali? Oh, that's... I didn't even think about it.
Because the pH, yeah.
Yeah, it would just turn because it's... Alkali plus an acid would just be water.
Yeah. Very funny. Very funny indeed.
That's some real, like, alchemist shit right there. I want to drink regular water when I wake up, so I have, like, special water. There was this fucking lady selling sprouts at this one crafts fair I did, and she was like, oh, I don't, like, wash any of my plants. I have this machine from Japan. It's very common in Japan. It costs $3,000.
Oh, yeah?
And it splits the pH of water into high pH and low pH water. Ooh. And then I use the low pH, and I'm like, oh, so it's like vinegar? And she's like, yeah, but it's better. It's water. And I was like, yeah, but isn't it like, but it's the same thing as just having vinegar and cleaning it with vinegar. And she's like, yeah, but it's all natural. I was like, well, vinegar's
pretty natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she did that, and here's a secret. Whoever is selling her this machine from Japan is definitely not Japanese. And this machine does not come from Japan, and no one in Japan uses this. As far as I can figure out, no one uses what she was describing.
Yeah.
So some guy's making $3,000 off her every time it breaks, and
Oof.
my dad ate the sprouts and he got really sick.
Oh man.
So she definitely should clean them with like actual cleaning things.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She just pours water on it that has gone through some kind of machine that does not do anything.
Yeah.
And if she really wanted to, like, not... She could just use vinegar, because the way she's cleaning it is by having the pH of the water be, like, high or low or whatever it was.
That's pretty silly, yeah.
But, yeah.
Being ugly and fat. And that's just how it is. And I know, like, modern storytelling conventions kind of teach people to not judge a book by its cover, meaning judge a book by its cover, but then decide the opposite is true. Because so many people gave this guy the benefit of the doubt, but he's in the middle of a room, he's shouting about how he cheated on his girlfriend and how she's a loser for even dating him and all this whatever. And he's a sack of shit. That's just how it is. I mean...
Yeah. What you said about, like, the judge a book by its cover, but then decide the opposite is true, that can apply to other things besides ugliness as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's like the whole Christian thing where, like, oh, it's got to be subverted. They've all got to be evil secretly on the inside, you know?
Yeah.
If you cheat on your girlfriend, you're kind of a piece of shit. It's not a nice thing to do, is it? And this guy's douchebaggery extended to like every aspect of his being. He almost always acted like this, sober or not. He was always an asshole. But people would always go like, "Oh, it's so funny how he told his parents that no, this shit works. Ha ha ha! Like I hate suicide."
Yeah.
It was great. Me too. But guy's still a piece of shit. I invited a small group of friends to my birthday party, and this guy was like the brother of someone that a friend of mine was dating, and
You
so
poor
he
thing.
ended up coming. He was not invited, but he ended up coming. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
But he just shows up. My friend is like, "Oh, happy birthday!" I look at
Yeah,
my,
but,
my
like,
friend's
who the
girlfriend, I'm like,
Fucking invited you, man.
blank expression, doesn't say anything. Must run in the family. And then
that was I don't do a good job of explaining that. That was so weird. Like, it was my friend's girlfriend. My friend comes up and is like, "Oh, happy birthday," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then like I look at her and he looks at her, and then there's just like long awkward pause. It's just like empty, nothing behind the eyes, like just brain not even on.
Man.
And I was like, "Hi,"
Hi.
and she's like, "Yeah." Like
Welcome.
she responded like she responded with like a or something like that, and then just like kept on staring at me, and then she's like, why are we standing here? And like I look at my friend, he's like, "Oh, okay, let's go inside." Yeah,
that's
she's
yeah.
and
Low functioning autism.
and then I looked at him, and he was like, well, I guess that's neither of them, you know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think he just called me a fat. Who knows why? So context.
What was that?
It's from the Red Line.
Oh, is that what that? It just sounded like the triggered sound effect or something. It was like speaker damaging.
Horses and falcons and whatever. But of course, this guy smashes them together super hard, and our waiter flinches really hard, like this pitiful flinch. And he goes like, "Oh, haha, that's really funny, but I was in basic training and I failed out because I got PTSD because I dropped a grenade and it blew up really close to me, and so metal clanging, it really And then he just goes, ha, and smashes it in front of his face like a demon, like a fucking demon. This guy was deranged.
You guys haven't
That is insane. That is an insane person thing to do.
You guys haven't heard what the guy actually sounds like, but that is a perfect impression.
Ha ha ha.
No, like the laugh I did, like that,
Yeah.
that's like exactly how he laughed, like ha ha ha. Like he sounded like that. Like he was like
a cartoon character.
Yeah, like this guy was like cartoonishly evil. I met him in real life, and I'm like, guys, does anyone else see the fucking demon over here? And they're like, oh, he's not that bad.
I think we gotta kill this guy. Damn.
He looked deranged, and he was deranged on the inside. Then, of course, in before questionable choice from friends, I know, I get it. But we're talking about something else. And then the check comes around, and it's already paid for because you buy tickets. But you're supposed to leave a tip. And so I asked my friend, who's like the only adult in the scenario, and I'm like, "What do you want to do for a tip?" And he goes, "Listen, man, I got an idea." In his infinite wisdom, I'll put down $1. I'm like, "What are you talking about? You put down $1?" Well, there's like 7 of us, so if we all put down $1, that's a lot of dollars. Look around at all these people. If everyone puts down
Commie brain.
$1,
Infinite money.
and I gotta tell you, that makes no fucking sense. I told him, but he didn't believe me, and he put down $1. And I was like, I'm not putting down $1. I'm gonna put down like $10, like you're supposed to. But I'm not gonna put it in the tray with this cheapskate. I'm gonna wait till the guy comes around and be like, "Oh, here," and give him the 10 personally.
So he knows it's from me,
not
not this fucking guy.
I'm not an idiot. So anyway, the guy giving that $1 is a different guy from the demon over there. The demon, before I can hand the 10 to the waiter, he grabs the thing and goes like, "Here you go, you poor fuck," and throws it at him, like hits him with the tray and knocks the receipt and the $1 on the floor, and then he has to go pick it up, and he's like, "Ha ha ha, not picking up $1, you poor fat." And it's like, wow, why? So the guy thanks us Lord knows why, he still had such a positive attitude. God bless
It
God
makes
bless his soul.
Yeah, it makes me angry. Just like remember, it's like it's worse than a child. Who does that?
No, yeah. That is real psycho behavior.
But I think part of how he got away with it is he's so out of scale for like what is a normal douchebag that people just don't even know how to process it, and they just like don't.
Like they think they're being pranked or something. Like there's some camera somewhere.
Like.
Or that they're on Impractical Jokers. Like, there's no way this guy is actually this evil, right?
Yeah,
Where's the camera?
This guy was like sorely missing an ass beating. Like he's just so fucking. He literally threw the fucking thing at the waiter. Like it was just. It's like he wasn't drunk. Like people. I tell the story to people sometimes. Like, oh, maybe he was like wasted. It's like he wasn't. He didn't order any alcohol.
That's so crazy.
He's just fucked up. This guy.
Just like bitter and taking it out on everyone around him.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Go track him down to give him my tip. And then I go back and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What, like, and then he goes, what? It's funny. And I'm like,
fucking middle
no, it's
schooler.
not. And fuck that particular instance. What is wrong with all of you? You're such a piece of shit.
He was completely unprepared for this critique, by the way.
Oh, really? He wasn't expecting anyone to say anything.
He was so he was confused and he was like stunned and like no one.
Like this was the first time ever anyone had ever like backtalked him.
Yeah, like at first he was like, "Oh, are we gonna go?" Like he couldn't even like react. I was like, "Hey, you!" And I was like, "You're a piece of shit. You're fucking garbage." And he was like,
slinking away to the shadows.
Yeah, like I guess he thought I was gonna like hit him or something, but it was like he was completely at first he was just like completely unfazed, like I wasn't talking to him, and I was literally like, "Hey, you!" He's like, "Look at me."
Yeah, right. Oh man, David Meyer says, I had a roommate like that once. The dude did it to get attention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are better ways to get someone to pay attention to you. You know, like saying, hi, how you doing?
Can I also, does the $1 thing, does that not make no sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like, I'm just, like, there weren't that many of us. It was like him.
It would be significantly less of a tip than just doing a normal tip.
Me and then like one other person. It was like 6 people. It's like $6. And then he's like, oh, but there's so many people here. If all of them give $1, that's a lot of dollars.
And he should know that nobody else is giving $1 on the table, of course.
It's also an exact quote, right? Like he was like, that's a lot of dollars. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of dollars, of course.
I was like, that's. I was like, not like I said that, by the way, and then he was like, because of some, he was like trying to argue that if one person leaves like $10 for like a group of 10, it's like the same thing or something. Or, so stupid.
A group of 10?
I don't know. He was saying that if one person gives a bunch of money, it would just be the same as if like everyone gave $1 because it would all like.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it didn't make any fucking sense. It's like,
does not add up at all.
And that guy, like, he like brushed his teeth and wiped his ass, as far as I know. Like he like could operate the world. Like he could put his pants on. He was just a
communist. I mean, you know, that's all there is to it. He would try to start arguments by saying crazy stuff in public so he could yell at people for being dumber than him and explain why they were wrong. That sounds like an insane person for sure.
That doesn't even sound as bad. It's like the change my mind, like,
oh yeah,
you know, Earth is flat, change my mind, like whatever, like
change my mind, change it.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's like that's like an inflammatory personality, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah, some people are just like argumentative because it makes them feel smart to win arguments.
Yeah, that's a bad addiction.
It's really bad.
It's a bad addiction. I can't explain it, but I think that's like bad. I remember like at my school, it was really easy to win arguments against people, and I feel like it was not, like, it didn't do me any good, like, long-term for my mental health. I don't, like...
Yeah.
It was, like, it was really easy to, like, own libtards in real life, but I gotta say, I don't think it was good for me. I don't know. I can't explain why it wasn't good for me. I just don't think... I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, like...
No, it's definitely bad. And when you don't want to engage in it, they're just like, oh, it's because you know you're wrong. That's why you don't want to argue with me. It's like, no, that's because I know you're crazy.
I've never gotten that response. I was always like out there swinging, telling people they're retarded. Yeah, I was.
Well, I imagine that you wouldn't walk away from an argument as often as I would.
No, I didn't walk away from arguments.
Yeah.
People
I would be
away
like,
from me.
I don't want to argue with you. Is like the classic line.
If I didn't want to argue with someone, I would just tell them that they're retarded. Like, I would just skip everything and be like, "You're just so dumb." I don't know. Like, if I explained it to you, you wouldn't get it. So what's the point? Like,
oh, David Myers has an end to the story. The way we stopped it, we ganged up on him when he started saying he was gonna refer to himself as a skinhead, and when we looked at him strange, he started in on how it was originally a Scottish term. I don't really know about the term skinhead that much.
so a skinhead is a guy who shaves his head, but like it became like a Nazi thing for some reason. I don't really know.
Yeah, because like Nazi hair isn't a shaved head.
No, yeah, it was a neo-Nazi thing. So it was like
Okay,
it was like
so it's very like specific.
it was like prison
to an
Nazis.
area.
No, it was like in prison. It was like a thing. So then they get out of prison, they keep the haircut. But people say that, like people say that, and it's like they're not referring to Nazis, especially like British TV shows. Like they'll just like say like, oh yeah, the skinhead over there, and it's like this is a guy who's like shaves his head.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, people don't even use it that much for like Nazis anymore, like neo-Nazis anymore. So it's like, I don't know. It's like it shows up in like shitty BBC shows. Like people do, that is actually the guy. Your friend is kind of right. It is like a.
It's a Scottish term.
I don't know Scottish, but it's like British people say it in like British TV shows about bald people, and like in London, someone was like. Someone was like, I think they referred to themselves as a skinhead, and I looked over, and then they're just like they have a shaved head, and I was like, oh, but not shaved head, like a buzz cut is also that, because the guy, I don't know, the guy who was like saying like, oh yeah, I'm a skinhead now, and I look over, and I'm like,
he still has hair.
He just had like a close buzz cut. Like an army kind of buzz cut, you know what I mean? Like not you know, and usually people usually have like the thing in the front, or they like that. It's like spiked in the front. It was just like peach fuzz all the way around.
Yeah, but not bald, right? Point was he wanted to feel superior and get attention, and he was going about it the wrongest ways.
Yeah, he just wants to like start arguments with everybody, which is something. I don't know. That's like a bad attitude to get addicted to, because like that's how you start, like, I don't know, people who are just like what do you call it, antagonistic. No, there's like a, not firebrand, a contrarian. Yeah, people who are just contrarian, it leads them the wrong places in life, like because they're just going with the opposite of everything, and so it starts making it very negative, because they're like seeing everything outside themselves, and they're thinking everything is bad. To some extent, it'll like protect you from like peer pressure and stuff, but it's like you have to have like a compass of like who you want to be outside of just not out the things you see around you.
Yeah.
You have to like build something.
You need to have a code of chivalry somewhere within you.
Like being constructive is important. Like that's something that always gets brought up with like why conservatism failed to like liberalism in the U.S. And a lot of people say it's because conservatives were just like, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And they weren't replacing it with anything. They weren't like building up a wonderful life, because they already had the stuff they kind of wanted, which was like a dog and a white picket fence and whatever. And then all of that stuff was like lost. So if you're not constantly building stuff and like making more of the situation, or like building culture, or like new art, new culture.
And then things start to be taken away.
Yeah, then it's easy for someone who's got momentum and wants to do something to win. Like literally, like Obama campaigned on, I'm gonna change stuff, and then the other side didn't campaign on anything. So they're like, so everyone was like, oh, okay, I guess the guy was gonna make stuff better. That sounds good. Like if the other guy was like, yeah, I want change too. We're gonna have taller picket fences and like happier dogs. And...
I mean, like generally, every candidate says that they're gonna provide some form of change.
No, I don't know. The message didn't get across, right? So that's just. But I just think like generally, like I think you can shrink that down to like the individual level. It's like if you don't have something you want to like do, or like some person you want to be, or some like goal to strive for, and you just want to be contrarian, it's not super good. I think it's like you can like sharpen a tool. Like that guy was probably the David Meyer's friend's probably like good at like arguing or something, but like maybe be good at arguing for like a purpose, like
actually get somewhere.
Like have something you actually believe in and then argue for that.
Exactly, yeah. Have
like,
a purpose. Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
He had no answer for me, and god damn it, like so many people gave this guy the benefit of the doubt. They're like, oh, he's not that bad, and it's like he is that bad. He is obviously a villain. When you see him, he's hideous and mean and insulting people all the time. He's mean-spirited.
You hear dark organs when he walks by.
You know he's a piece of shit. And yet, people were like, oh, he's not that bad. That's where people settled. They're like, yeah, he's bad. And then they're like, well, I should be nice, so bring him a little bit over here. Fucking who knows why. Now, to contrast with this character, I met another guy who all of my friends unilaterally hated. And I gotta say, he didn't really deserve it. I think the difference is that this guy was confident. And I guess I'll explain. This guy's name was Holden. He was handsome, and he had shoulder-length blonde hair like the guy from Supernatural, the brother with the longish hair, whatever the hell his name was. And he was a pretty boy. He looked rather handsome. He had very little muscle mass to him, and so I didn't really envy him myself. But I get it. I get where someone would want to be him, right? Now, my first meeting with him is the same first meeting everybody has apparently, where he strides up in his Hawaiian t-shirt and he sticks out his hand and goes, hold it, rhymes with gold, and shakes. Nice firm handshake. And to a lot of people, that's enough for them to be like, what a piece of shit. Because yes, he is a confident.
He should also hand out business cards that just says that.
And I won't refute that claim.
What was that one movie?
In fact, I'll explain.
Harry.
So I met him
Was that the name of the movie?
visiting one of my
American
friends
Psycho?
who was
No,
going to school
Harry
far away
is
city.
what I said.
And there was a hurricane in
It's
the
the one with the rabbit.
and so my friend
The
went to
imaginary
stay at his
movie.
house. And going to his
Handing
house,
out
he
business
showed
cards,
her
just be
around
friends with
Holden's
people.
room. In Holden's room, he has, allegedly, I believe it though, I met the guy, he has a table full of photos of himself. Forget about all the photos all in the rest of the house that are just of him, not of the rest of the family. Just photos of Holden, and not taken by his parents, taken by like professional photographers. Tons of like modeling shots and like real fancy black and white photos here and there of him going like. And yeah, that's pretty douchey. I get it. I understand. Fair. Why? Probably because he's a narcissist and his parents indulge him. But here's my theory. I think this guy has serious confidence problems, and his parents thought they could help it by putting up photos of him all over the place, taken by skilled photographers. Do I know this for a fact? No.
It could also be that he wants to be an actor or something and that those were headshots.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why they were professionally taken. And instead of throwing them out, they were like, oh, but they're so nice looking. So they just put them up around the house.
So he was really into anime, and I think he did mention he wanted to be a voice actor.
Yeah.
But you don't
Okay.
need to look pretty for voice.
They
acting.
still have headshots though.
Yeah.
They still have professional headshots done, just in case, you know. They like to feel around the acting. But yeah, that very well could be like the reason why. Or he could just be an egomaniac. You know, these are all options.
Could he just be a giant narcissist? Yes. Fair. It's rendered. Fair. Maybe he's a narcissist. Now, the most damning fact about him does come from that visit. However, I would like to give a more general picture of this character, if I may. We went out to dinner in the city, and we met him someplace where he had to wait for us. Seeing him waiting for us, I understood why my friends had such a problem with him. Because it was a lot. He was wearing a leather jacket with a scorpion on it from some movie.
I guess it wasn't. I think it was black though. It wasn't like this. Maybe it wasn't leather. I thought it was. I don't know.
It's even funnier to imagine that it was the Ryan Gosling leather jacket, though. It's even funnier picture.
It is.
Even
It
if
is
it's not true.
No, but it is like that jacket, but it's black. Like it's supposed to be from the movie, right?
Okay.
But it's like
It's like a
the,
variant.
yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Stylized.
No fucking joke. Like, you look like a real fucking douchebag. He was leaning up against the lamppost, like, I don't know if I could do it.
Trying to.
And like, I don't know if you've ever seen someone.
Trying to get discovered by some guy.
Yeah. When I was editing it, I was like, oh, I should probably cut out the part where I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. But then I was like, no, it's better.
It's better.
And then after I did it, I was like, I don't know if I got it or whatever.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, but I cut out the part where I was like, I don't know if I got it, because it's like, because it looks, I thought it was funnier if it was like, I don't know if I could do it, and then I do it super good or something. Is
Yeah,
like
right.
the joke, but
The music is good choice too.
that's not exactly what he was doing. Like he had this like pose where he was just like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but he was like leaning on the lamppost, like super, I don't know, he had like a straight up like idle animation for like a vampire slayer or something. He had like a real cool guy pose he was doing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I can imagine a few
Yeah,
poses.
like he had his foot up a little.
Of course, he has his foot up a little.
Yeah, it's like
slightly
cocked
up.
on the thing, and I don't know if I explained this properly. I think I like talking about it. He did not smoke cigarettes. Like he smoked. Like he did smoke. He had cigarettes and he smoked them. He was not addicted to nicotine.
He just did it to be cool.
Yes.
That sounds completely on brand.
And I was like, you don't need to go. Like someone else was like going for a smoke, and they're like, do you want to go for a smoke? He's like, no, I don't. I don't know what he said. It was like
He's like, I don't really like smoking.
he said something like, I don't smoke, like recreationally or something like that.
Okay.
Or she said like, oh, I don't smoke socially or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I've heard that before.
But he like, but I was like, oh, don't you smoke? And he's like, no. And I was like, but you like smoke a
But
cigarette.
You were
He's
smoking
like,
before.
and I forget, he just like, he's like, yeah, I sometimes do. I was like, but you're not like addicted to nicotine? He's like, no. I was like, really? Is that a thing? And
He's too good-hearted for that.
he's it's so risky though. Like if
No, it is super stupid.
he literally only carries around cigarettes if he wants to look cool. Like if he just happens
He
to,
does actually like huff them and everything. He's blowing out smokers.
well,
he just like
here, just
idly
play the
holding it.
video. I explain it in the
doesn't
thing.
smoke cigarettes, who like literally doesn't inhale, but there's a shit ton of smoke. He just blowing out smoke and then
Yeah.
like just not like anything else.
So he's actually not
He's,
inhaling it.
Literally,
Yeah.
Well, okay.
There's a shit ton
I
of
guess-
smoke. It looks
yeah.
straight out of a noir film. Like it was.
Yeah, like he was just blowing smoke around himself, and he would like
And
hold the cigarette like far out. Like it's like fucking. If I had a lamppost, I could like do it
It's
better.
like
but he
some JoJo pose.
yeah, like straight up some like JoJo pose, and he like, and then he'd like hold the cigarette like far out like that, and go like, boom, boom, like to get the ash to fall off or whatever. Just like cool guy in it, like crazy. And he was ahead, like no, like when people smoke, there's a certain like they pull the cigarette away and then they bring it back and they have this kind of this energy where they want to smoke it. He does not have that. He has this, he's completely relaxed with the cigarette, as though he does not smoke. Like he doesn't. Because he doesn't. Yeah, he just literally he doesn't
wants to look cool.
He doesn't cough at all, right? Like he doesn't have a cough, and even though he doesn't smoke, because he's literally just not inhaling, he's just blowing smoke all over the place, and I don't know. It's just,
I mean, I guess he just fire, smoke, cool.
Well, like a noir film, and like nobody was bothering him. Nobody like panhandled. Like none of the hobos that were like around. Nobody. Everyone like was walking wide around him.
He's too cool to approach. Too much confidence.
Don't be like Holden. Don't smoke to be cool. It was.
Don't fake smoke to be cool either.
When he saw us, he didn't like quickly jolt back to like acting like a normal person. He
Unashamed.
Very coolly was like and like put his cigarette into a cigarette holder, like a case.
I asked him. He said yes.
Like
Here, play.
Metal Gear Solid, where like Solid
Yeah,
Snake
play.
like,
Pause.
sticks his
Sorry.
cigarette.
Yeah. I asked him if that is from Metal Gear Solid, and he said, "Hell yeah, man." He was like, or no, he didn't say hell yeah. He was like, yes, like proud of himself.
He's very proud.
He was.
I'm so glad you recognized.
Yeah, he's like, it's cool, right? And I was like, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna have some place to put your cigarettes, yeah, sure.
He had that. He had one of those things. In any case, I will address.
He put it in his
greatest
chest pocket
crime,
in his jacket.
While my friend was
That's
in
the
his room
special
looking at
pocket.
various photos of him, Holden picks up a knife and goes, "Oh, check this out. This is the knife that my friend was going to kill himself with, but I convinced him not to." Which, to be fair, cool thing that you managed to do. Not something that's very cool to brag about. I'm not going to lie. So they get in his car and they go drive to go do something, and they actually do meet that friend, and then Holden, while he's driving, pulls out the knife. He's like, "Hey, look what I have. You were going to kill yourself with this knife, huh?"
Oh my god.
he's like, "Oh, remember how you're going to kill yourself?"
I mean, I guess the happy thing is you didn't. Oh man. So would you like just wish that you had just committed suicide then have your friend hold it against you for the rest of your life that he saved you?
It's not even like he was holding it against him. He was just like, I'm pretty cool, right? Like, tell everyone how I'm so cool because I saved you. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, you're really cool, Holden. Yeah, you're really golden.
Yeah.
Remember you gave me this knife as like a memento to thank me for stopping you from killing yourself? And then his friend is like super uncomfortable, and he's like, yeah, I really don't like when you bring out that knife, man. It really makes me uncomfortable. It was a really dark time in my life, you know. In the long shit-talking sessions of people talking shit on Holden, that was the crux of it. That was like the cardinal sin he had committed that made him judged to be evil. Like that was it. But if we're thinking about this rationally, and he really did stop his friend from killing himself because he really did care that much. Does he have to forsake all credit, all the worth of that good deed because he bragged about it? I don't think so. Does it make him very unlikable that he bragged about this very hurtfully around the friend that he saved from killing himself? It's not very likable. Not gonna lie. I get it. I do. But I would argue he comes out in the positive quite far because the guy's alive, even if he has to deal with his shithead friend being the one who saved him. Oh yeah, another like small anecdote. Not that this makes him evil or anything, but it's another thing that makes him kind of unlikable. He's very eccentric, like I mentioned. We went into this room full of graffiti because inner city school, inner city problem. It was a room that you just graffitied in to like, I don't know, let loose the ghetto people or something. And there was writing all over the walls, all over the floors, whatever. And he's in the room and he goes. And I go over to him like, hey man, what are you doing? And he goes, art. And then he dives onto the floor like Call of Duty, like going prone from standing, just like immediately like slams down.
Really
Just
fast.
scribbling on the
Yeah.
floor. I looked at what he did. It was literally scribbles. I don't know what the fuck. Okay, whatever. Doesn't make him evil. No, right? Does it make him kind of a fucking weirdo? Yeah, I know, I do. But is he a bad person? No, right? Then the other thing I think played a factor in disliking this guy was the people who were relaying him.
So David Meyer says, something tells me the guy told him, you had better hold on to this knife. I might do something bad with it, and he took it the wrong way. I thought that, but no, it was like that's what I initially thought. That was my first question when I was hearing the story. But no, the guy Holden talking to the guy had convinced him permanently or whatever that he should not kill himself.
Yes, speech check 100.
Yeah, speech check 100, and then he sat Holden down and presented him with the knife as a gift, saying like, "You're a really important friend to me.
Yeah.
This you've convinced me not to kill myself. Here's this knife. I don't want it anymore."
Okay. So it is something that he would be proud of, because they did actually have like an intimate moment where he passed the knife
They had
to
an
him.
intimate moment where he was like, "I want you to keep this knife as a memento, like what you did for me and everything, because whatever."
Okay, that does add like a lighter context to it.
But then Holden would then take that knife and show it to everyone and be like, "Oh, this is a knife. He wasn't gonna kill himself, but he didn't." Oh.
It's like when your friend down the street gives you like their toy, and you're like, "This is the toy that my best friend gave me," but instead it's a knife that he tried to kill himself with. So it's like much darker. Yeah.
But no, the friend did elaborate and explain that it was a gift to thank him for like convincing. It was like
a memento.
Yeah, it's like it was like a meaningful, like somber gift, and
So, you know what? They're still buddies, so I guess it's fine.
Ouch! Don't bring that up to strangers, man. Be cool about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Here's the thing, though. Does it make him a bad person?
I mean, he might just be like autistic. Think about the art.
He did like anime. Now,
did he like girls und Panzer? How deep does this go?
How autistic was he? Are you asking if he likes trains? He was a big fan of anime. Yeah. No. Okay. So it makes him a less cool person. I agree. Be cool about it, right?
Sure.
Right. Me and David are on the same page with that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It makes him less cool, but does it? And perhaps there are a few moral points he loses in bragging about it and embarrassing his friend all the time. But the guy's alive. So when we're balancing his moral check, if you're St. Peter, right? And he's coming to the pearly gates, and you're like, is it you going in, or you going to hell, or you going to purgatory, and you're adding up all of his sins and all of his good deeds. There's all these. I mean, he's getting billed like crazy over and over again for bragging about it. But the total of all of those, I feel like at a certain point you cap out. Like it's like you're no longer losing. You're no longer getting more sin points. And I feel like the life he saved has gotta weigh on the scale.
This is like the Fallout morality.
Right. But in Fallout, if you kept on bragging about losing one, you would just be evil. But
you just give more water to homeless people.
Oh, that's true, yes. I remember this one time my father's second wife, brought home mac and cheese to Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house, and it was bad. She was too busy getting ready, and it didn't turn out well. I assume there's a second part of this story. That makes no sense. Like on its own, as like it has its own story. It's like,
Oh, the mac and cheese was bad. She was too busy getting ready, and it didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I assume there's like a follow up coming where someone like was well, wait, sorry. I know there's a character limit. It's not your fault. Anyway, play the.
Information to, and to the friends who didn't go to the school. 2 of my friends went to the school. The rest of my friends didn't, and we were getting all of our information from them.
One of them is a friend I mentioned before.
One of them
That
very
sword fighting.
insecure. One of them was Asian, and he was so insecure about having a small penis.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't have sex with his girlfriend to the point where she would complain to us about it to try and talk to him and convince him his penis is the right size. Don't fucking bother me about this. I can't help.
It's so uncomfortable.
He wouldn't believe her. Leave me out of it. No. And also that Asian friend, he would blame racism for everything. But literally his girlfriend is right there telling him it's fine, and he's like, no, racist
Small pee-pee lol.
It's like,
Yeah, like
listen, man. Fucking. Don't you think her opinion is more important?
Nazis do not control the size of your penis.
No, I would say not.
It's I don't know.
Goddamn, she would bring it up to a lot of people that this was a thing, that she wanted people to talk to him, and it's like, oh no. If he's not gonna.
I met her like 3 times in person. She brought it up 2 out of 3 times.
Oh man.
And like
so
other,
this was like a really ongoing problem.
like other people, like not her, mentioned it to me, and I was like,
You hear about that guy's small penis?
it's just it's like, literally the only person that matters is her. I think
Nobody else would even know if he wasn't complaining about it so much.
also, I mean, part of the reason I didn't elect to talk to him, like, it's not like I'm afraid of uncomfortable conversations. I think he was just a horrible person, and my entire friendship with him was misery, and he was constantly nasty to me. And I think that's the real reason I didn't want to talk to him about it, is because I just didn't care. I just didn't want to, like, I think I did start to talk to him about it, and then he was fucking complaining about, like, how there's a stereotype he has to deal with, and I was like, and I think that was a quote from another one of my friends, said like Nazis didn't make your penis small or something like that. Like I don't know what but it was just like,
yeah, that's really awkward.
I remember we were going through like the racial slur database and like laughing about all the funny like slurs that are in the racial slur database. One of them is a SID, which is stands for Small Irish Dick. One of my friends was Irish, and so he goes like, he starts calling him a Sid, like with such fervor that he spit, like drool was on his bottom lip. He was calling him a Sid with such intensity over and over and over again.
Okay.
It's a real complex. Like that's a real like that guy, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a real thing there, right?
Weird. It's like as soon as you know a thing to call somebody.
Yeah, because it stands like I said, it stands for Small Irish Dick. So it's like, I don't know where that even stereotype would come from, but you know,
I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, now anyway, like I say in the video, not my fucking problem. Like this guy he's just
Crazy. Yeah.
The guy was always like he was always a piece of shit. So it's kind of like he's always a piece of shit. Always had this like crazy ego thing. Like even if I talked to him, it'd probably just be nasty to me about it. So like I
mean like there's no helping you at that point.
And he was so insecure, so uncomfortable with serious conversations. So it was not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
But it's that level of insecurity that you're running into Holden rhymes with Golden. And by the way, when that guy got a girlfriend, apparently it was unbearable. He would
Oh yeah, this is
like
fucking funny.
He'd come out of his bedroom and be like, "We just fucked. It was awesome."
It's like the middle school. sex a lot.
That was so funny. They were so upset about that, and I thought that was such a fucking funny thing to do. I was like, well, good for him. He's happy.
Immediately after, we just fucked.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He apparently, I never met her, but he would say it like in front of her when introducing her to people and stuff.
Oh my god.
And I was like, how does she react to that? And they were like, oh, she giggles. And it's like,
Oh, okay.
all right.
If she's okay with it.
Perfect match. And then they did break up, and he was like real, like,
Aww.
he was as dramatic as you'd imagine, like moping around like the whole school, like just distraught, like a
Puts on the one glove.
yeah, like a neoclassical painting, like he was like, oh no, in like dramatic poses, just like
I can imagine.
sitting on park benches in the rain,
Waiting for people to approach him.
3 buttons of his button down undone, sitting in the rain, just why?
Just praying that some lady with an umbrella is going to come up to him and be like, oh, what's wrong? Tee-hee, senpai. Or did you want to read the second half of that story?
Yeah, my brother and I are sitting at the table with her, and she's just going full out about how bad it is. At the end, he turned to me and yelled, will you stop kicking me under the table?
Oh, man. That's pretty funny.
Patricia's good at pausing at good moments. Yeah.
And like, without any sequitur, he would just go, we fuck a lot.
Yeah.
And you know what? To some extent, it really does seem like this guy was just a super low confidence guy trying to project confidence to become confident and feel okay about himself because he was lacking self-esteem. And this was all just him.
I bet that guy'd be a real romantic boyfriend. Lots of roses and stuff.
And
I
it
mean,
turned out
if
that-
he's this dramatic
Yeah.
just standing around,
Yeah.
he must be a
Oh,
very
yeah.
dramatic romantic.
Yeah. I honestly hope that guy has found happiness somewhere in life.
And maybe
Yeah.
we'll run into him at some point.
It's not impossible, yeah.
I mean, small state.
act. But you know what? It's kind of funny to just go around and say that. I never hated Holden Rhymes with Golden. I swear to God, I thought it was pretty funny how douchey he was, and I did think he was kind of a douche at times. But also, he was a nice guy, and when you meet enough pieces of shit in your life, you start to appreciate the people who are good people, even if they're annoying. This guy was a little bit annoying, and he was a little bit douchey, but he really was a good person. I remember when I would reach for my wallet and like be
It's hard to
looking for
quantify
like change
this
or like a
experience.
vending machine, he'd be like, "Don't worry, I got it, man." And if I had the slightest amount of like black thoughts, he would like hook an arm around my shoulder and be like, "Let's talk about it." Like he was like perceptive enough for that, and I needed neither, right? But I could really see him being a really solid friend. He really did seem like a good person from my interactions with him. I could imagine if you had a ton of insecurities, it would go poorly for you. Your self-esteem would suffer, and you'd blame Holden for being confident when you can't be. All of this is to say, sometimes the obvious villain is a villain, and sometimes the obvious good guy is a good guy. Swear to God, he wasn't that bad.
TM.
Yeah, we just go back to the he wasn't that bad. Yeah. Well, that was the video, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all we got for you tonight.
Yeah. Him, she told me she doesn't love me anymore. Her, all I said was it's too hot to wear your leather jacket. Him, it's the same thing. But yeah. I should make a poll in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Is Holden Rhymes with Golden a bad person?
I feel like they would need to, like, experience him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The details that I gave are exactly the details that cause people to hate him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And the insecure friend, the small penis guy, I guess unfortunately is just how he is. Well, it's not. I mean, the guy was such a piece of shit. Like, there's so many stories I could tell where it's just like, why were you friends with this guy? And it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm a loser. I just like didn't like just kick him out of my life. I think part of it is also, like I said before, is I do enjoy being right, and it was incredibly satisfying to fucking own the shit out of him and like be super right against someone who's like constantly just in my life being nasty to me. But what I should have done instead of like wrecking him, like
destroyed with facts and logic.
Yeah, fucking owned. Instead of that, I should have just not had him in my life. I should have just been like, I should have just
You're
like
a douche and I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, I should have just like flat out been like, hey, listen, the way you act is not acceptable. I don't think that you're like genuinely my friend at all. So stay away from me. Like, I should have just had one conversation where it was like, listen, you're not worth my time. Like, just, you know. But I didn't. Like,
yeah, I mean, I imagine most people don't have that conversation. They just try to drift away.
But I'm generally a pretty like direct person. But I think part of it was like it was a friend group, and so if I have a problem with one person in the group, will I be not likable enough to, like, they'll just exclude me? So, but I don't think anyone in the friend group was actually worth being around. When I really think about it, I think it's just hard to be lonely. It's hard to be alone.
Yeah.
But everybody was kind of not great to me. Even the people that weren't actively nasty to me didn't really care about me that much. Like, they were more like acquaintances. So it's like, you know. But anyway, that guy, constantly insecure, constantly, like, having problems like that. So there's a story I cut out of the video because I was like, it is too, no thank you. Is that a response to the poll, to the is he a good person? I think he's not that bad, TM. I think I would actually, I would say he was probably a good person. It's hard to quantify, but in my interactions with him, he consumed.
He might have just been a little autistic.
Probably a little bit. I think he had consumed enough anime that to be a good friend was like a really important thing to him. So I think he would probably. I think he was probably a good person. I think he was super douchey, and you know. there's not a lot defending the hey, check it out, my friend almost killed himself with this knife. But
look at this new toy my friend gave me. It's the knife that he almost killed himself with.
I hope he has found a girl who will just giggle and laugh when he's like, "We fuck all the time." Whoa! Like, yeah. It was also weird because he was excited in talking about how he lost his virginity, and the Asian friend had already lost his, and he was still super upset about it. And it was like, I don't know what the big deal is. Like, he's I don't know. The disparity between I didn't. Anyway, there's a story I cut out of the video because it was like I guess you can make me like full screen or whatever.
You're right. I didn't want to have the stream last for too much longer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just tell the story quick. It's not a very interesting story. The interesting part was how that one friend I had, the Asian friend with the small penis, he was super upset about the story, and he hated when my other friend would tell the story. It's not a really good story, but the way he was super upset by it was like probably more interesting, like just a character portrait of that guy. But the story goes, their other roommate, who's like a real basement dwelling weirdo kind of guy, like deeper in the basement than any of them. He was showing them, they were all like, I think two of them were like giggling about how they found a recipe for making like a fleshlight or like some kind of like sex toy thing out of, yeah, if only you could see Trisha's expression.
I remember the
just
story.
horrified. It was like by microwaving some kind of melon and then like putting something in the melon or cutting a hole in something like that. So they were like, oh, I dare you to go do this or whatever. And he was like, I'll do it. And they're like, no, you won't. And they're like, he's like, yeah, I will. It's like, yeah, I will. Like, you know, they're like daring him to.
Are you challenging me?
They're like, there's no fucking way you're gonna do it or whatever. It was, so it involved like, it was like some kind of melon or some kind of like gourd or something like that. I'd rather not meet Holden Rhymes with Golden.
Could be worse. You could meet the demon.
Yeah, it could be worse. Single women become cat ladies. Single men become basement dwelling sword collectors. Hey, I have a sword collection. I'm doing all right.
You're not single, I guess.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, it was some kind of like melon thing. I don't know. I don't eat melons. I wouldn't remember what they were talking about.
You wouldn't eat that melon.
Definitely not that melon. No. But they dug a hole in it and then they put a condom in it and then he came out of the bathroom afterwards and he was singing Pour Some Sugar on Me. It's some song by I don't know who. It's like some rock and roll band.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But it was like, pour some, you've probably heard the song, pour some sugar on me.
It's the only song with the lyrics, pour some sugar on me.
Yeah, it makes sense. And he was like swinging around this condom that was like filled to like a comical degree with materials with you know, and every time he'd retell the story and he'd get to this point in the story, the insecure Asian friend would snap and he gets so mad and he's like, no one wants to hear how much Holden comes. And it was like so funny how angry he got. He got like really angry. he got as angry as when he was calling my Irish friend a Sid. Like he was as animated and like mad. He would he hated it. He hated the story. And the story's not that funny. It's more gross than it is funny.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's super nasty. It's some real degen shit.
It's something you want to keep real secret if you want a girlfriend. You better bury the melon in a shallow grave. I kind of want to check in on like Holden and see whatever happened to him. Yeah.
I feel like the video I made is not like super flattering, and I would have to like show him the video as as like a reason for why I'm contacting him. But it's not a super flattering depiction.
I don't know.
It is.
I feel like you'd be pretty okay with it. It
is honest to my experience, but like, what if he's like matured a lot and he's like embarrassed by being Holden Rhymes with Golden?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he'd be very happy that there's a video made about him.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he did become a voice actor.
He could have. I found his
It's
LinkedIn
very
and I was
possible.
looking at what he like was saying he was doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's all like nonsense stuff, right? It's all stuff that he
Sure,
could
yeah.
just make up because
Of
it's like
course.
companies
Well,
that he
LinkedIn
started.
is
and
kind
stuff.
of bullshit all over the place.
Yeah, I found he like started some kind of company, and I like looked at like the company. I think the website still existed. I don't know, but he has like all traces of him like haven't had any activity in like a couple of years. So I have no idea what actually became of him, but
We'll find out one day.
yeah, maybe one day I'll find out what happened to him.
Alright, everybody.
But yeah.
That's gonna end the stream tonight because it is super late and I want to go to bed. So, thank you for joining us on the Game Fan stream and for staying for the after party.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put that poll in Discord because I am really curious what people think from hearing. I should have asked in the video what people think.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
A call for engagement.
It's fine.
But,
Alright. So, we'll see you next time when we do the rest of the Elden Ring DLC.
yeah, super sick boss fight. Really exciting. Anyway, good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate you guys being here. Good night. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for the viewing.
Yeah.